Double tap the screen. You have boyfriend?
Guys, first give triple, guys.
Eee, 2 times gifting for the first 3 times.
Guys, first give
Fatima,
triple.
Fatima, Fatima, you listen to me? Fatima.
दिल मेरा तोड़ दिया उसने बुरा क्यों मानूं Guys, सारे double tap everyone, guys.
Fatima, why you ignore me for? Fatima.
Guys, सारे मिलके double tap everyone, guys.
You want me send you gift? Talk to me. You want me send you gift? No, she's not muted. I can see. Fatima, talk to me. Don't piss me off.
double open करवाने guys, तो donut.
Yo, this fucking lady's not talking to me. Yo, talk to me. Yo, you have 5 seconds to talk to me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, you could take your fucking AI ass out of here, you fuck. The fuck out of here, stupid idiot. That lady was fucking AI, man. I was trying to talk to her. I wanted to see if she wanted to date, but fuck, man. Pissed me off like that. Yo, that lady pissed me off. All right. So, check it out. Where do you want to go, guys? Where do you want to go today? We got 145 people in here. I think my mods are mad at me because maybe I'm going to talk about this, but I don't want them to be mad at me. She had you muted. No, she didn't, because I could tell when they have you muted, it has like an X around your name. Have you muted, it has like an X around your name. Hold on. Teddy bear. Yeah, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? We got 153 people here. Come on, let's tap the screen. Let's get at least 10,000 likes. We can take this wherever you guys want to. Really, it's all about you guys at the end of the day. I wanted to go a little controversial, but if y'all don't have the mental capacity for that, we don't have to do it. Real shit. I posted my video. I was just sick and tired of hearing people say that. And again, I'm gonna keep my opinion. Let's go then. I'm here. Jackie, we want to talk this one or no? Bill's wife. What's up, Bill's wife? All right. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. All right, guys. As you know what occurred earlier in the week, here we are. And I want to be honest with you. Everybody's opinion is going to count. If it is going to get crazy, I promise you, I will definitely shut it down. I just want people's opinion on this case. And again, I have K-Snaps is not a part of this segment. She's more than welcome to be part of it, but this is my doing. K-Snaps does not like this type of stuff. So I myself, because I woke up this morning and I want to choose violence, we're gonna just talk on it a bit. And Jackie, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, but you probably don't want my opinion on this
I
one.
want everybody's opinion. I promise you, I do. I mean, I want everybody's opinion. I want everybody's opinion. And again, just understand that don't make your opinion, beware of your opinion. and I don't want people to, I don't want you to feel a type of way if you give your opinion and people feel about you a type of way. If you're a part of Chef's team, you know what, Jackie, you got thick skin, so you probably don't give a fuck what people think about you.
I really don't care.
But yeah, man, we have another beautiful guest here. I think this is the first time she came up. Adriana, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
kind
Good
of
morning.
sick, but I'm doing good. Can't
All right,
complain.
sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better by Monday.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Go ahead.
She shouldn't have been there in the first place. That's where I'm starting. She put herself there to cause havoc. She was impeding on a federal investigation. They were looking for an SA person. Then they asked her to leave. She did not. She chose not to. Then they asked her to step out of the vehicle. She chose not to do that also. The officer is human. He had been hit before. So, in my opinion, yes, maybe the force was a little strong, but it was human emotion. And this morning, I found a state statute that says that a vehicle can be a state statute in that state saying a vehicle can be considered an unaliving weapon.
Yeah, obviously it could be deadly force. I think we all, are aware of that for sure. But I will
So,
say,
do I think this is justified? Maybe the means were a little extreme, but
yeah, I
F-
mean,
yeah. It
Okay.
happened. It's done. I don't think he should be prosecuted. I think it should be a learning tool for everybody else who thinks they want to go out there and FAFO.
Okay. So thank you for that, Jackie. I appreciate that. We'll get back to you. If you could just go on mute for a second, we're gonna jump over to Adriana.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, sorry. She was here earlier. For first diamond. 1 second. I just because you know what? If we start jumping on everybody else's opinion, what's gonna happen is it's gonna become a hot mess. So it's really just damage control at this point because I bet you everybody has different views of this. So let's just continue. Adriana, I sorry to cut you off. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, no worries. First, rest in peace, her little soul. I get where everybody's coming from the ice point and from, whatever they were doing. At that point, I think the forces were taken as they should be. First off, she was there blocking whatever she was doing for a protest, right? I was an immigrant when I first got here to the United States, right? I took the right steps. I did what I had to do. I believe that now that I study the immigration law and I became a paralegal for immigration, it's hard. It's hard. The cost has gone up. They make it harder for these people to get the green cards. It's hard. Okay.
So you know what, babe, and I don't mean to I really don't mean to discourage you in any of that. I promise you. The thing is, though, yeah, we can go down that road of being an immigrant and this and that, and I understand that. However, I feel like what we know is what exactly is happening right now. For one, she definitely wasn't an immigrant. We know she was a citizen. For two, I don't think she was fighting. I don't necessarily, in my opinion, think that we can look past the fact of the exact incident. Do you follow me? Do you follow me?
Yes.
Like, I'm not even trying to be rude. I promise you. I'm just saying, like, I know all that because guess what? My family was immigrants also. I know it. Listen, I'm Italian, and I've said this earlier, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm Italian. You know what we were called? WAPs. Do you know what a WAP is? Not the WAP that Cardi B says. WAP. Do you know what that means?
No.
Without papers.
Oh,
we
so
know
you're
all
like the
we know all
beaners.
too much about that, right?
Yeah.
So we know, like, listen, we know that we some will argue they used us to build up the country and then kicked us out just as fast, right? So I get all that frustration. I am just saying, in this immediate incident, was it justified? That is my
It was
question.
justified. It was justified because look, these are U.S. citizens that are making it worse for those immigrant people that have nothing to do with what the investigations are. We don't know what the investigations are. They could be people who have SA, who have murder in their background, and you guys are protecting them. You don't know what the background is without, taking the right steps and looking into their backgrounds. You don't know, and then you put yourself in these situations, and then you hit a cop. Come
Time
on.
out, time out, time out, time out. She did not hit the cop.
There's a video, a body footage.
Guys, I promise you she did not hit the cop. I promise you she didn't hit the cop.
And she the thing is, you gotta obey the law. Law
Right,
is the
okay.
law.
No, okay, guys, please. I've been begging for 10
Mhm.
days or however many days. Where did she hit this cop?
No, I said there was a body footage
That video and again, I get passionate, so please, I'm not trying to yell over you, babe. I'm not doing that. I'm passionate, so please don't. If I'm a little aggressive, you could say, "Hey, chef, please, simmer down a bit." But I'm trust me, I love all you guys. And again, guys, this is your opinion on this case. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has
Everybody
one.
gets it.
Right. So please, no judgment. We're gonna move on. We really just focused more on true crime of other sources. However, I want to just spice it up. It's Saturday morning. I don't work today. I have a nice hot coffee. I want to get the vibe going. But I'm still yet to see this video of her hitting the police officer. Does the body cam look ruffled? Of course it does, because he pulled his chunk and shot.
Okay. So the only video I seen is that body camera. I haven't seen any other angles or anything. I'm not a judge. I don't know. But what I can say is if they ask you to get out of the car, and you have nothing to hide, you have nothing, like you're just in a car, just
Life's
get
too
out of the
short,
damn
babe. You're
car.
100% right. Life is way too fucking short. And okay, I'm not gonna give my opinion yet, though. So thank you for your opinion. I think I already
Of
got
course.
your point of view. That you believe is justified. We're gonna move on because there's a bunch of people that want to speak on this. We got nothing. We got almost the brightest diamond on TikTok right now. Good morning, Diamond. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing. Can you tell?
I'm doing fabulous too.
Yeah, I'm
I'm,
fucking.
I'm having a fabulous morning too. I
Right.
really am. So I'm going to give my opinion and then I'm going to justify why
Sure.
this is my opinion. I believe that this was unjustified, and because one, she told the officers, "I'm not mad at you. If you look at the tire, her tire was turned away from the officer, and she after that, the officer shot her 3 times and called her an effing B right after the shooting. You can hear it plain as day. And at the end of the day, it is not a state police. It is a federal agent that they are trained to use to have lethal force used as the last option. Every peace officer, aka police officer, they are trained to use lethal force as the last option, no matter what situation they are in, to de-escalate. He did not use anything to de-escalate the situation. He took out his phone, and what I think people are mistaking is that he dropped his phone. You can clearly hear it on the video that he dropped his phone, and it was not him being hit by the vehicle. If if the vehicle was pointed towards him, then that vehicle would have gone straight into the house and not off to the side to hit the other vehicles. So my opinion, my strong opinion is that at the end of the day, she is a human. We are all human people, no matter what, and using lethal force should have been his last resource. And since he was involved in a recent incident 6 months ago, he should have never been put out on the field, because that he probably has trauma from that, and he did not react professionally in this situation. That is my opinion. I stick to this opinion. At the end of the day, she was a human being that got her life taken away by strong lethal force of a federal agent that was supposedly trained to use lethal force as its last resort.
I'm not okay, and I'm going to be honest with you. I got to look that up because I'm not exactly sure that using lethal force, even as a federal agent, is a last resort. I'll get back to you on that part, though.
Yes,
however,
please.
I totally respect your opinion. I mean, I'm just glad that you're seeing it that way. And again, guys, first and foremost, you know what I mean? Like Adriana said, she start off at the end of the day, regardless, unfortunately, like my heart goes out to this family, regardless of what her decision in that instant was. Like there's a life lost here, and we have to go with the fact that the life was lost, and my heart goes out to the family, even like her wife who actually was there, like to witness it. God for fucking, excuse my language, forbid if I ever had to go through any of that. So, but thank you for your opinion. We'll get back to you.
And I'll just add one more statement. And he was not being, if it was an act of self-defense, he should have allowed medical attention. After he walked away, he called her an effing B and would not let anybody medical aid to her. So that is another point, that they were stopping medical aid. And that is also part of their training, that, when they use lethal force, they should render medical aid and call for medical aid ASAP.
Yes, and I appreciate that, and thank you for that. I appreciate that. We're gonna get back to all you guys with your opinions on this case. I just don't want to just start with one person, because then everybody else gets to kind of get disappeared. We have it's Gia. How you doing? Do you are you able? Would you like to add to the topic? If you do, please come off of mute. Okay, I think you were loud and I muted you, and that's probably why you don't even know you're up here. But we're gonna keep going because the show must go on. We have Amy up here. Amy, do you know you're up here?
I'm up here.
Okay, welcome. Good morning. And again, guys, the way I do it around here, we ain't gonna fight. We're gonna give an opinion. If you disagree, that's fine. But if you're gonna be disrespectful, you're gonna get dropped. So again, it's your opinion, and then we can go back to it. But I appreciate you. I just want to reiterate that. Thank you very much, Amy. The floor is now yours. And guys in the panel, thank you for being respectful and not interrupting. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, Amy.
I think that this was unjustified. This person, first of all, this agent was using his cell phone and recording. We can clearly see that the woman that was outside, the wife, Rebecca, was getting back in the vehicle because they were scared at that point. Not only that, on the side of the car, he knew he was going to pull his gun.
Time out, though. Time out.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. No, you're okay. Yeah, please, the pew. However, do you think, and let's be realistic here, non-biased. Do you think the partner got in the vehicle because she was scared, or do you think that the partner didn't even realize that it was going to occur in such a way where she felt like, as she figured that the missus was going to start leaving, that they were just going to carry out and go, like, leave the scene?
Yes, I agree. They were going to carry on. She was walking around the car as he was videoing and she was videoing. And I think that his ego got hurt when she called him a big boy and to go get some lunch. And at that moment, he switched his phone from his right hand to his left hand to grab his pew-pew. He knew at that point, before he got to her side, that he was going to do that. That car was not facing him. He was not in the way of that car. He did that out of his ego getting hurt, and that's how I feel, and it wasn't justified, and them monsters shouldn't be on them streets anyways, and that's how I feel, and that's it.
Hey, listen. Your feeling is respected. And I hope don't get, unfortunately, this is a life loss. Please, let's remember our mental health, our well-beings for our families come first. So please try not to put, if it's a very strong topic for you, please try to take it in doses because, you matter to yourself, to your family. So let's not make it get to a point where, you want to try to start making these people's bad judgments. And I'm saying it on both sides, guys. I'm not just saying it for one or the other. Like, please, understand that you're important. So let's not make it get to you too much. But I appreciate you. There's no need to drop. We'll get back to you. We do have a bunch of people that want to come in here. It's the one, the only. She goes by the letter E. How are you this morning, love?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
So I'm going to go based off what I'm seeing, not any beliefs or anything like that. A lot of people are saying that why was she there? She was blocking and interfering with an investigation. So far, from what I'm reading, she lives there. Neighbors have spoken to the news and everything, and I believe she was just getting from dropping off her son from school. And if she was gonna try to hurt somebody, why would she wait for them to go? From it looks like she was moving her car and waiting for them to go, and I don't understand why he shot her. It looked pretty friendly and everything up until that point. So I don't think it's justified. Later, we'll find out all the evidence, but in my opinion, so far from what I'm seeing, I don't think it's justified. She lives there. Um, you got to go based off the evidence, not what anybody's telling us, like what we could see. Like Chef dropped a video for us to look at. Go look at that video. If you want, come back and make your opinion. But based off that video, I don't think it's justified.
And I respect that. We have literally my best friend in this entire world. And she goes by the name Mrs. Smith. Mrs. Smith, how are you this morning, babe?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I know you're here to mod, but if you'd like to give an opinion, the floor is now yours. Here's the microphone.
Yeah. No one should be unalive for anything, right? But here's the deal. These people these ICE agents or whoever it is that's going out, even police officers are and how do you say the word?
Antagonizing.
Yes. All day long, people are following them and yelling at them. Both sides are human, right? One has a job to do and one is bored with too much time on their hands. If whoever said it before, we have no idea who they were going after. It could have been a really horrible person. Just mind your business is my thing. Like you have to mind your own business, let people do what they have to do, regardless if you believe in it or not. You have no idea who they're going after. So just mind your business and nothing would happen.
Sorry, what do you mean by bored? Like the people that were...
There's literally people that follow ICE agents and any kind of agency that helps ICE all day long. That's all they do. And they yell at them, they cuss at them, they say really horrible things all day. How would you like to go to work and someone follow you around all day and tell you that you're a horrible person? She literally followed ICE around day in and day out.
Like we know this to be fact. She actually did that?
Yeah, there's all kind of videos on it.
Okay.
And then we sent you the video of him recording where you could hear the car hit him.
Are you basing this now on the body cam?
There wasn't. I don't think they all have body cams. This was
because guys, I promise you,
you can hear his body go ugh when he gets hit by the car.
No, that is a gesture of movement, and he's got his gun gone. Like, excuse me, his pew pew ready to go. This is, like I said, this is why I really, really, like, I'm telling you, I'm still to see. I don't care about sounds, guys, because, like, if we go by sounds, then I could say that it sounded like he executioned her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going by sound. I'm just saying, for me personally, and I haven't gotten to my opinion yet. I am just saying, I'm yet to see a video that he was physically hit by this Honda Pilot. But we'll go back to that. And I know a car's a weapon. We'll go back to that. Thank you for your opinion. And I'm not here if I don't know yet. I'm still nervous. I'm not here to know if Blondie's here to roast me like she's been doing all week, or if she's here to actually give an opinion. But I'm ready for both because I got my coffee. So what's up, Blondie? How you doing?
I'm here to give an opinion, Jeffrey.
Okay,
But
thank you.
I will go ahead and say that your background is still lacking a bit. But aside from that,
Okay,
this is
I'll take it. K Snaps is doing her real job today. So, and again, guys, I want to make it clear. K Snaps is my sister. So she paid for admission today. Okay, she wants nothing to do with this topic. But I think we can all say, for so far, with 682 people in here, I am a little upset that I'm still only at 22,000 likes, and I haven't seen 668 heart me's come through the screen. A little offended. It's literally 1 penny. I'm not asking for much. It just helps with the algorithm. It helps with a lot of other things. If y'all can do that and respect that, I appreciate you. This is going to be a very respectful debate. The only other way we know how to do it. Because I promise you, K-Snaps is going to shut me down if this gets crazy. So I think we can all agree, put ones in the chat if it's been a very good, well-controlled, high-topic live. Thank you. Going back to Blondie, how are you today?
I'm rotten as ever. First and foremost, I have to say that I've been with a law enforcement officer for 17 years. I am, for the most part, pro law enforcement. However, in my opinion, he was in the wrong. What he did was not justified, but she was in the wrong as well. She should have followed his commands. They were taunting him, but that does not warrant a life being taken. The bigger issue to me is that it's been shown that he had a prior incident. I believe it was 6 months ago. I know it was within the last year, where a vehicle drug him and he had to have several stitches. And the vice president even said that he was emotional over that. If that's the case, he should have never been put back on duty, A. B, why would you put yourself in front of a vehicle again? That's an issue for me. For those that are saying that she was trying to hit him, there's no way that she was trying to hit him, or her wheels would not have been turned the opposite way. You can dispute that all you want to, but after she was unalived, the vehicle went the direction that the wheels were pointed. If it wasn't pointed that way, she would have went straight into the house.
Correct. And this is the beauty of this is, and again, I just want, and very well said. Like, and that's why we joke, but I really love you because your opinions are so always so valid, and I really, really appreciate that. If you don't mind, and if you'd rather not comment, I'm okay with that too.
Wait.
That was a very non-biased opinion, and
Before you ask, I have to say this part.
Yeah.
If somebody were arguing the first pew, if you were going to say that he felt like his life was in danger and he thought the vehicle was even pointed at him, you might could have a question about the first shot that was pewed. How on earth could you ever justify shots 2 and 3? Why was that necessary? Why were those 2 necessary? And yes, I do know for a fact that even ICE agents, whatever, deadly force is supposed to be the last resort. They're supposed to use de-escalation tactics, which is something that he obviously doesn't have because he was escalated just from 2 women taunting him. So anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Right. No. And like I said, I appreciate that very non-biased opinion, and like that's why I think this community is amazing, respectfully. And even in these with 662 people, the mods are doing an amazing job. but I even love the fact that, like, you know what, people are giving an opinion, but they're also somewhat keeping it respectful. And I can really, really appreciate that. However, and if you don't want to talk on this, that's fine. Do you mind if I ask what your partner's opinion is on this, being a law enforcement officer?
He agrees that it was not the right thing to do. That
So
the
as a
officer
law
had
enforcement officer, he agrees that it wasn't the right thing to do.
that he had other options. Like that's supposed to be your last option, but he could have simply stepped to the side and then put a warrant out for her arrest and had it handled in court. Like there's due process for a reason. So yes, he agrees that that was absolutely unwarranted.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you
And
very
he's
much.
been in law enforcement for 27 years, mind you.
I
So
appreciate that. Thank you very much.
absolutely.
And you guys, just 1 second here. We got Lorianne. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you today?
I'm blessed, pretty much. I'm blessed. I woke up this morning. Desi,
Awesome.
thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate you.
You know, I just wanted to say it's a shame that this had to happen. You know,
Flex.
but I also say she put herself in that position. Unfortunately, you know, she made some decisions that were bad, and you know, the officer might have been able to get out of the way. You know, he was put in a position where he had to make a split decision as well. And you know, if she just would have been minding her own business and not have tried to block the road, which is, you know, watching the videos is the way it looked to me. And, you know, when they tried to tell her to move, she wouldn't move. Then he started telling her to, all right, get out. You know, that was it. He was going to arrest her. You know, she just decided that's not what she wanted to do. And I don't know if anybody else heard
Flex.
it, but it seemed like in one of the videos when it shows her wife going to get into the car, it sounds like she's saying drive baby drive before she even gets in it. And
Yeah, I can't deny or confirm that, to be honest, but so I guess I'm hearing that your opinion is that you feel that it was not justified.
Well, no, I feel like it was justified. It's just sad that it had to happen. I mean, decisions were made by both. You know, she made her decision. The officer had to make his split decision. You know, whether we like it or not, she was being given lawful commands. She didn't listen. You know, she played a game and lost. And nothing about this is funny. You know, it's a shame for both parties because he's got to live with that as well.
Correct.
People just need to let, you know, if they're such law-abiding citizens, let the law do their job. Let it roll out. You know, people say it should have been handled in court. You know, they should have got the license plate number. Well, if that's the case, these people shouldn't be trying to stop them. Let the courts and what happened happen.
And I appreciate that. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna just switch up some boxes. Lori, thank you for your comment. I appreciate you. I'm gonna just switch up some people. So if I drop you guys, hey guys, listen, time out. If I drop you, it's not. Please don't. It's not like I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I got almost 800 people in here. Can you guys again? If you guys haven't sent your daily heart me's, please do so. If you could tap the screen, I appreciate you. If I drop you, it's only because I got a ton of people that want to come up. So I'm just trying to recycle. You know, the boxes here.
Drop me, Jeffrey.
You're welcome.
Please.
And I saw that comment and by the way, so you know, I got recycling from you. Thank you. Now, I'm gonna give my opinion on this, right? And this is exactly where I stand, and then we can just jump back into it. So, what do I think? This is exactly what I think, guys. Unfortunately, in today's society and the world that we live in,
the clothes are in the dryer, boo.
okay, baby.
And the girls are
did you wash
hungry.
my underwear?
They want you to cut the pineapple.
Did you wash my underwear? Did you wash my underwear? Hello, I gotta go home.
Oh.
She's calling. Did you put the pineapple upside down?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was
You're
like,
good. You're good.
To me?
Did you have a something you wanted to add, or did you come up by accident?
No. I actually was on another one, and yes, I mean, I don't agree with the actions that were done, but I do agree they were doing a job, right? They definitely could be doing their job differently. I don't agree that because it was her fault, she deserved to die. I don't believe she was playing a game and her life was at hand. But yeah, I do agree with a lot of the people that say, he was doing a job, or they're doing a job. This guy should have not ever been back on the field if he is still scared of getting hit, because that's the job, right? So that's my opinion. I think it's just unjust.
Okay, and I appreciate that, and thank you very much. I was going to give my opinion, but I'll hold off a little more just to kind of get through the people in the panel. Alia, is it Alia Reed?
Taylor.
Ayla, I'm sorry. How you doing, love?
I'm good. You?
Good. So, yes. So, what's your non-judgment opinion on this? Oh, I guess you don't want to tell us your opinion. You can come back when you're ready. We're gonna go to Juliana. Do you know you're up here? All right, we're gonna drop you to. We have Gentle. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing, sir? What is your opinion on this?
You see, what just happened was it's not accidental discharge. It was pure murder. They just murder a beautiful soul. That what just happened.
Schmurder. We
You
can't use that word. TikTok friendly,
okay?
my friend.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
They just took away a beautiful soul. There's no no amount of provocation. There is no amount of whatsoever scenarios that you must draw your firearm on someone who does not have a gun,
Pew
right?
pew.
Don't have
Yeah.
any
Okay.
weapon. You must not, if you are in the
Melanie.
military or you are in whatever service you are, as long as you are trained to hold anything harm, weapon or whatever, you cannot use it. Just like you are trained to, you are a boxer, you cannot use your skills on anybody. Anybody that is not trained, you cannot use it. That is what the law says.
Maybe that you chose a bad example, but I mean, there's a difference between a boxer and a law
Yeah, I'm
enforcement
just saying,
officer.
I'm saying when you have something that you are being trained and licensed to carry, you cannot use it because the other person is not being trained, is not being licensed to have it, right? If the lady had a gun or everybody had a gun,
Pew pew, sir. Yeah.
you cannot use it on them because they had a gun too. If I have my own, you have your own. You have to respect me because when you put your gun on me, I'll put mine on you. But here, the lady was trying to escape or was trying to run away from you, and the next thing, your hands were already on your firearm. His hands were already there. So before the lady could escape, his decision has been the moment she tried to escape, I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to put the trigger on her. Right? That was his own decision because his own gun was not on his hand. It was kept at the side pocket. So his hand was already there, meaning that he had already made a decision to shoot the lady.
Pew pew.
Because
Yeah.
before you take your hands from your phone and put it beside your side waist and take out your gun, it takes like 10 seconds. So his hands were already there. So the decision has been there that, see, I'm going to shoot at this lady. That was
Can
the
I
decision. That
can
was
I can
decision
I
Sorry,
before.
ma'am. 1 second. We're not
Yeah,
interrupting here.
yeah.
You'll have your chance. I
So
apologize.
he had that decision already that I'm going to do this. It's not like, oh, the lady step on his feet. No, he has
Okay.
already there,
Okay.
and he was
So the
already
bottom line
ready
is
to
the
shoot
bottom
the
line is, sir, in your
gun.
opinion, you think it was an act of schmurder. He had no right to do that, and that's
Yes,
your
it
opinion,
was
correct?
pure out of murder, not self-defense.
Okay.
Self-defense is when you are being attacked
Okay.
and you are responding. This is not
Okay.
self-defense.
I appreciate that.
This
Thank you
is
very much.
murder.
Thank you very much. We're gonna move on. Sorry, Kristen, go ahead.
first off, I know Renee Good personally.
Oh
I
wow,
was
I'm sorry for your
I
loss.
was there.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry for
That
your loss.
agent, that agent had no right to do what he did. He asked, I was right there by Renee's wife and everything. That man asked her to leave the area. She was in the process of leaving. And for him to say that she ran him over, that is incorrect. He pulled his gun
Pew
before
pew
when she
pew pew.
when she
Yeah.
was backing up. He's 100% wrong. I stand for all immigrants. Fuck ICE. Fuck Trump. Fuck Christy Nome.
Yeah, we're not
Christy,
doing all that. We just, unfortunately, ma'am, I understand your
Dang.
frustration, but I just cannot be, shut down based on your rage, and I apologize. Like I said, this is not one of them panels where I've worked hard for my page, so unfortunately, we cannot. And guys, like I mentioned earlier, if you're gonna drop like that, show your passion like that. Unfortunate, I'm gonna have to drop you. You can start your own live and you can cuss all them big names all you want. I just can't afford my page that I've worked very hard. I've done this before, guys, and I promise you, I lost the page with 100,000+ followers, and my moderator Big Mel is in here right now. What up, Big Mel? And he is the first to say and first to witness, like Mrs. Smith, I've lost pages like that. So I understand your frustration. My heart goes out that this is your friend that you've lost, but we cannot just be blasting like that because TikTok will shut you down. So, and again, it's been good up until now. We just need to keep it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm respecting all your guys' opinions. I really am. I'm not dropping you if you're on the one side or the other side. We just please cannot go crazy over above, especially on this topic. But
Hey, chef, can I join the conversation?
you can just 1 second, sir, because we
Sure,
are going
sure.
in a respectful order here.
Understood.
Day with Deb, how you doing?
Hi, Chef. Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
Deb.
Miss you guys. I had to take a mental break because I gotta say, like, this country, this world is just getting so intense. And what has happened in Minneapolis is just, it breaks my heart because at the end of the day, I'm all about humanity. And I love my brothers, my sisters, whether they're blood or they're not. And I don't agree with the final outcome. I think a mother is gone now because of someone that was extremely either triggered or trigger happy. And it's just so sad because they're having protests in Philadelphia, and that's where I'm from. And this is really like kind of woken people up, and they're getting angry because we feel, I know I feel, that this is just completely unnecessary. I have a neighbor who is a state police officer, and he and I had the discussion yesterday. I asked him his opinion, and he said that it was not justified. There were other things that he could have done. Most importantly, de escalate the situation. And sadly, not making that decision to de escalate, we've now, lost a human. A mom, children have lost their mother. A partner, a wife has lost their partner. And it's at the end of the day, I'm human. I hurt, and I'm hurting inside for everything that's going on in this world right now. And I don't know if anybody's seen the monks that are walking for peace. Have you seen that, Chef?
I have not. I'm sorry. I've been so caught up on work and real true crime. Like, I mean, the cases that
I
we've
know.
covered. I have not. But if you want to talk shortly on it, I don't really want to go too much off topic, to be honest.
I
I'm really into. I'm
understand.
really into. I'm obviously. I've already. I'm more into like your opinion, and if it was justified, I understand. You're saying that unfortunately, you believe it wasn't justified. Even your neighbor
Was
says it
not.
wasn't justified. And I think we're
Yeah.
just kind of right there right now.
Understood. I pray that this world becomes a little better place for each of us because we have our kids to worry about and what they're seeing and hearing. And God bless America and all of the world, and just bring some peace to our lives, because it's just getting crazier by the minute. So I thank you for your time, and
Oh no, I
God
thank
bless
you.
you and
I
keep
thank you for
you.
coming up and giving your opinion on this. I hope you're well. And again, guys, I've said it earlier and I'll say it again. You know, in certain topics on the internet, especially true crime, and we do a lot of missing persons. We do a lot of crime, as you know. I respectfully, like I said, I was really close with the Melody Buzzard case. I knew I got to know the family. When I heard the how it happened, I tell you, I had to take a couple days to myself too. So you're not uncool if that's what you need to do, right? But I appreciate you, Deb. I thank you for hearing your thank you for coming up and giving your opinion. And I hope you
I
have a
appreciate
fantastic
you.
weekend.
You too. Love you.
Love you too. Take care now. Okay, guys.
Thank you.
So here we go. My opinion, right? So this is my opinion. I'm gonna give you my opinion as the most respectful way. It's 2026. If we know what's going on in the world, we know that it's a very dangerous place right now. We know a lot of people want to use their power not the right way. We know. Yeah, Lily, Alice, as a Canadian, it doesn't matter. I'm a human being. The problem here is, guys, unfortunately, we can act as big and bad as we want as just regular Joes, right? The fact of the matter is, like we teaching our kids now in different communities, when they tell you to pull over, if you ain't got nothing to hide, give yourselves up. We can deal with it after, right? We understand. Is your life, regardless of who's right or who's wrong, is your life enough to put on the line for you to lose it to a aggressive, power tripped law enforcement officer? Not my fucking life. Not my life. I'll tell you straight up. You aren't justifying anything for the people. You aren't justifying anything for anybody else right now by doing this, because life is going to go on, guys. And 3-4 months from now, unfortunately, people are going to fucking forget about this and they're just going to move on. But you know what happened? Renee lost her life. You know what happened? This piece of shit fucking used unlawful force for a lot of people. I would say, as a, TikTok labels me as a man with a big ego. I probably would, of course, I would cuss. You motherfucker, get the fuck. I would do all that. I promise you. I promise you. I'm just that guy. Get the F off my street. This is my street. You ain't got no business being here. What the hell? No, you ain't got no business being here. What's up, Ink? How you doing, sir? However, in the times that we're living in right now, it's like this, right? It's like, do I think that was justifiable? 100% no. That is just the fucking simplest answer. It was not justifiable. She did not hit him. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Do you understand how that vehicle moved after she was pew-pewed? Can we agree that the vehicle was moved out of control because she was clinging to her life? Where did that vehicle end up? Smashed. What if there were children playing on the street, building a snowman, cat playing ball, playing hockey? What would have that have done with that vehicle that just swerved off and smashed the white car there? What if there was children there? Do you think these people are in the right state of mind to, when an altercation is happening, to be like, oh, well, you know what? And you're the law enforcement, so you sort of have control about this, right? Oh, do we just, you think they're thinking about, oh, there's people on the other side of this that potentially are at risk? You drawed your pew-pew knowing that that vehicle is drivable. What if there was children there now? What if someone was in front of her while she's losing control, clinging for her life? It's wrong. It's wrong. In my opinion, I believe that there would have been different resources on how to address the situation. Let her go. Let her go. If she doesn't want to come, if she doesn't want to move, well, guess what? We have a different department for that. Maybe she's in psychosis at this moment. Maybe we can call someone to calm her down. Why? What was so important to get her out of the way right then and there?
Hey, bud, I've only got 1 second. You mind if I share really
Go ahead.
quick? Awesome. I appreciate what you're doing here, and having conversations about these tough situations are the most important thing that we can do as a country after something happens, right? I have a somewhat rare perspective. I grew up in the country in Maryland. I then lived in Baltimore City for 12 years. Now I'm living greater DC suburbs. My father was a lieutenant in the police. My uncles were all police. My mom was a nurse turned nurse professor. So I grew up in a household that was very aware of public service and the police sort of standards and what happens. And you touched on a point where you said the vehicle, as soon as the vehicle is accelerated, it's categorized as a deadly weapon, right? So we watched the video back a few times, my fiance and I, and really the question is, in that 5 second period where the driver was about to pull out and the officers are allowing her to pull out, and the person outside of the vehicle is saying, disrespectful, aggressive things, which cause them to then say, you know what, we're not doing this, get out of the vehicle. That is where the courts will handle who holds liability, who is carrying the liability in this situation. Now, once an order is made by a state police, county police,
Sir, I know
federal
the facts of all
police.
this. I just need to know your opinion. Was it
Yeah,
justified
yeah.
or not? I
So,
got a
so,
million
so
people trying to get through
that
you. I
I got
apologize.
you. Well, I got you. That context being provided. My opinion on this is, unfortunately, like you said, in 2026, you can't drive at a police officer and not expect it to get, to have something lethal happen to you. Especially in 2026, especially when the person's from out of state. It was obvious that she was an aggressor. You could see in the video her words were not matching how heightened her aggressiveness was. She was saying, I don't have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with you, while pretty aggressively driving that car around in the snow. Tensions are high. When somebody tells you to stop, you stop. So, that is, in my opinion, when a police officer, when an authority figure tells you to stop, you stop. I drive a Ford Raptor. If I'm getting pulled over and I gun it at the cop, I'm going to get shot. It happens all the
Pew
time.
pew.
And,
Okay.
and I apologize. Yeah, pew pewed. It happens all the time in Baltimore City. I know now that we have technology and we can share information so quickly, it seems like these incidents are happening a lot more. Crime has actually gone down, so we're doing a much better job of managing these situations. But with the current situation with ICE, if you come in from out of state, from out of city, you have an out of state tag, and you're an aggressor towards federal police, state police, whoever, ICE, it doesn't matter. They are going to treat you as a threat. And once you are given a lawful order, if you do not follow that order and you gun the car, regardless if you're even going to hit the person, if you gun and accelerate that car to try to get away, something bad's going to happen. So I hate to see a life lost. I pray for the community and family, all the kind thoughts and empathy to them. But I think in America in 2026, people have to wake up to what is going on. When the police officers were pretty much kicked out of cities a few years ago and defunded,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So,
Thank you very much.
all right.
I
Yep.
appreciate
Thank
your
you,
opinion, sir. I
Chef.
got to
Have a
move.
great day,
The show
bro.
must go on. I
Cheers.
appreciate your opinion. I
Cheers.
don't mean to cut you off. I got
No,
800
no.
people in
Cheers.
mute,
Cheers, brother.
and
Thank you.
I
Keep it
got
up.
36 people trying to come in here.
Keep it
So
up,
I
I
man.
would
Keep it
apologize.
love to
up.
respond to that
Yeah.
if possible.
Just give me 1 second because I don't know if it's gonna get like 40 degrees where I am. Just give me 1 second because 40 degrees where I am to be my friend. Her name is Jessica. I don't know if she popped out of the sky out of a parachute. I don't know,
Jaw
but
just dropped.
Jessica's back, ladies and gentlemen. How are you?
Hi.
And
My
I'd
jaw
love
just
your opinion
dropped.
on these spicy topics.
Used to be friends, we're always friends.
Yeah,
Hi,
okay.
I'm here to bring some facts for you. So when people are talking about the vehicle being what is the term that they're using?
Deadly weapon from
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Deadly weapon, great. So did she have any kind of weapon with her in the car that is of question? Did she have a weapon with her?
I haven't heard that, to be honest.
No, we haven't heard that, right? Okay. So according to the Department of Justice,
I
their
miss you,
policy.
Jessica.
Love you. Okay, according to the Department of Justice, their official policy 1-16.200, use of deadly force and prohibited restraint techniques. If you want to jump down to number 2, weapons, firearms may not be discharged solely to disable moving vehicles. Specifically, firearms may not be discharged at a moving vehicle, right? So that guy's like, hey, if you hit the gas, if you try to take off in your vehicle, they have a right to kill you. This is 2026. No, this is the law of 2026. Okay, they're not allowed to discharge their firearm at moving vehicles unless, number 1, a person in the vehicle is threatening the officer or another person with deadly force by means other than the vehicle. There you go.
Yeah, no, and again, like I said, unfortunately, it's a shitty situation. I personally, I don't think I'm sorry. Like, in my opinion, I think I think respectfully, I think here's the problem. I believe both parties are wrong. If you don't think both parties are wrong, you have a different you have a totally different view on it. And I say why both parties are wrong because unfortunately, like we say, Jessica, I know you have children. I know you have an amazing cook of a husband, and I know you got a good things. God bless you going on. Would you really realistically, Jessica, be willing to lose it all today, knowing?
No, and you shouldn't, Chef, you shouldn't expect to lose it all, right? As an American citizen, people have lived, fought, and died for the right to protest. So I agree with peacefully protesting. Am I
Right.
afraid to peacefully protest with my children in America today? Yes, I am. So I don't go because I'm afraid to not come home to my children. And that should not be a fear. And
Right.
that should not be looked at the protesters and frowned upon and say, hey, keep your butts at home. You guys shouldn't be doing this. We should be looking at law enforcement that are pew-pewing people, unaliving people, and hold them accountable because they have the power in the relationship, not me. They do. My power is my right to my First Amendment. But when Christy Nome sorry, I know you don't want to name names.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're
When
fine.
people want to turn around and immediately say, hey, this guy didn't do anything wrong, it should be an investigation. Usually in police law enforcement, when something happens, they say tragic event, we're going to look into it. Right? They don't just say, nope, he was wrong, she was bad. That's very that's like an authoritarian, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's a
I got you.
tactic of a totally different, it's not democracy. In democracy, there's procedure, right? And there's police officers are not judge, jury, executioner, right?
So in other words, obviously, from what I gather, you're saying that this was 100% not justified.
Not justified. I come from a law enforcement family. I see he was out of the way. And this is my question to you, Chef. When this man goes to trial, because he will, they're going to say there was bullet number 1 that went through the windshield. And then there was bullet 2 and 3 that went through the side door window, open window. So let's say, are they going to say bullet 1, maybe, but 2 and 3, shot 2 and 3 were absolutely unjustified?
Yeah. I have a question though, and something that just came to my mind, and I know one of the responses was, why was the driver so quick to grab him and take off from the scene?
They're in trouble.
So it's not because he was going to the hospital, like he didn't have no injuries.
Oh no, it was like, let's get out of here. He flees the scene. So then at that point, he flees the scene. And if he's truly like, oh my gosh, my life was in danger, I just unalived someone, you will see that same officer so many times in videos, guys. We see it all the time. The same officer that does the unaliving will then say, oh my God, and turn around and try to perform CPR. And not only did he run away, but then they denied a person who
That was
wanted
crazy.
they denied a civilian who said, "Hey, I'm a
Nurse.
medic or what,
Nurse or something.
something. Can I get to her?" And they would not let them. So it's really terrible. And our question should be, this is a deeper conversation for another day. Why aren't we holding our government liable for proper training? Why is he holding a cell phone? He has
Well, I
a
mean, the
body
government
cam.
is
He has a body cam, right?
yeah. But Jessica, because I know, I know from different cases we've covered, you
Yes.
only go with facts, and this is
Correct.
why we have we get along really well.
Correct.
Be honest.
Yes.
Did you see him get hit by that
No.
vehicle?
No.
Thank
No.
you. I just don't
No.
see it anywhere.
No. I've watched his feet. I've zoomed in. I've seen it all. Does his body come in contact with the vehicle? Yeah, it looks like maybe his hand, or maybe his leg brushes. But I think we've all been there before where someone's pulling out and you're like, hey, you get a little too close to a moving vehicle.
I mean,
in no way was he in fear for his life. No. No. And the wheels were completely, it looked like she was trying to turn left initially. And there was another car where she waved that car on. They went around her. I don't see how she's quote unquote blocking the entire road because it's quite a large road. We saw vehicles pass by her perfectly. And as far as the agitation goes, where people are like, hey, she was wrong, she shouldn't have been agitating. It looks like that police officer was antagonizing as well. He had a cell phone in his hand and he was, going around her vehicle and he was getting video of the people as well. So it looks like it was kind of tit for tat.
Yeah, which I felt was really odd too. Like, don't you have a body cam on? Like, right. Why? Like, right. What is your job here? I mean, are you there to carry on, to go through, to right. do? Why are you videoed? I don't know, man.
Yeah, and why circle around her car a million times? It's like, go about your business. You're there to get a court-served, judge-signed warrant, right? That's what they're doing?
Yeah, I just found it like, I don't, and to me, if you are the law enforcement officer, you got to be the one, you got to set the example. Why are you countering, first off, your language was not professional, and I'm just going to be real with you. I can be unprofessional as I want because I'm not fucking representing law enforcement. So, but I personally, and again, I've already given my opinion. I already said today, 2026, rather I'm in Canada, rather I'm in fucking America, in Europe, I'm probably going to obey because I got two fucking beautiful kids that I want to see grow and get married. Right. And I know these motherfuckers might pull it on me because I'm that guy. Yeah.
It's a scary world.
I will fucking bust you with my words and you're going to pew me.
Well, Chef, if they're doing it to a white woman in America, they're going to do it to you. 100%.
No, but I already got that fucking shady look. Everybody says it. I got that shady look to me. So ain't no law enforcement is gonna say, "Oh, this guy is a fucking gentleman." You know what I'm saying? However, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care.
When Charlie Kirk, terrible situation, passes away, he was a father. He had children. And then there's his ops who are like, yeah, but he was also a terrible person, and he said all these things. And in this case, you see it happening with this American citizen, where it's like you don't see hey, she was a mother, she was a wife, she wanted to go home to her kids. No one deserves that, and we have to agree as Americans, our police officers are not judge, jury, executioner.
Right. And again, not to get off a topic because I want to keep going. I got a lot of people in the queue here. However, I respect the fact that you're saying that you think it was 100% not justified. And guys, I know I've been told she had some issues with her children and this, that, and whatever, and maybe may or may not have even been around. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care about all that. I don't care what she had going on. I don't care if she was standing trial for, other stuff. Obviously, if she was tried for, obviously the law enforcement knew she was a threat in a different type of way. Sure. But the other stuff, it doesn't matter to me. I care about that immediate incident. And that immediate incident shows me that one party uses force excessively. The other one should have just said, let's get in the car, honey, and get the fuck out of here.
Can I just give you 30 seconds of a fun fact that you can use for the rest of your lives, and then I'm going to drop. Another thing I've been hearing you guys talking about is these police officers were telling her, get out of the car. And somebody else said, get out of here, leave. All these different directions, and her being confused. So ICE cannot arrest an American citizen and detain you, right? Unless you are, because their job is their primary role is customs, it's
Right.
immigration, right? And it's supposed to be done through warrants, etc. But if you break a law, like if you say she's stopping them from doing their job, then they can. And but like if they're interfering in their process. And so that's the question mark for Renee, right? Is her vehicle, by being sitting there in the car, stopping them from serving a warrant?
Yeah, I mean, I was under the impression it's kind of like a touchy situation because no, can they? No, but they can use every excuse. Like, how many wrongful people have they detained and yet just gone? Like, so I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I think they, with their, how they look at it, is that they really can trump all the law, like, police officers. They can literally use, oh, we thought this one here was.
It's mistaken identity, and they pretend that they don't know what
Sure,
they're doing.
sure.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But Jessica, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Yeah, you're good. We're gonna move on here. Sarah, you gotta interrupt me, babe, because you've been up here for so long, and I know you're not gonna interrupt me. If you wanna, if you're just here to chill, that's cool. If you want to give your opinion, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. No, I'm just patient. I don't mind sitting up here waiting. So first, I want to say that I'm the type of person, I respect everybody's opinion. I might not agree with your opinion, but I'm going to respect it because you have a right to it and you can feel how you feel. My papa would always say opinions are like assholes. Everyone has them. Just try not to be an asshole when you serve your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I feel that excessive force was used. I feel that there are at least 10 different things I myself can think of, not being a trained agent, that he could have stopped that car or later had her in custody to do whatever it was that he thought necessary to do. I did see a video where it does look like, I'm going to use the word bumped into him, where it looks like she bumped into him. I'm going to try to find that video so I can send it to you. But in that same circumstance, move out of the way. You're telling the woman to leave the scene. She's trying to leave the scene. Move out of the way. It's that simple. And there was antagonizing going on from both ends, but aren't they trained to de-escalate and to deal with situations like that?
Right.
It was
No. Yeah.
excessive
Yeah.
force, plain
Again,
and
and
simple.
I think it got to the point where, and again, I'm like I said, playing both sides, right? So I think it got to the point where she was asked multiple times to either get away or get out of the vehicle, right? And I
Yes. And
think, sorry,
if it's me, real quick, just if it's me, I'm going to get out of the vehicle. I'm going to comply to what they're
right,
asking me to do.
right.
So, with that being said, please continue.
No, yeah, I'm just, so what I was going to get at is, again, I think respectfully, I think respectfully, she was told either remove your, like, either stop blocking the road, get out of here, or get out now that you don't want to get out of here, get out of the vehicle. I think it was meant, because again, guys, I'm going to play both sides. As much as I feel like that was unjustified force, you gotta be fair, right? And me being fair is saying she was definitely asked multiple times to get out of the vehicle. Now,
Yes,
I
she was.
think when it got a little bit out of control, obviously, is when law enforcement decided to go physically remove her from the vehicle. And that's where she's like, because if you remember, she was so caught up in what the law enforcement was doing and where that was going is, God forbid, she could have stepped on her fucking partner's toes driving away.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
how she literally had the vehicle in a direction to get away from there. Because I think she started realizing when they physically went for her door, now we're gonna rip you out.
Yeah, that was so bad. Like, why are you coming at her like that? Why was that necessary? And then when the people on the scene went to help and he's like, no, you, as I believe, and don't quote me because again, I am not law enforcement, nor do I have background in it, but aren't they required to try to administer medical attention after they've, because again, I am not law enforcement, nor do I have background in it, but aren't they required to try to administer medical attention after they've used excessive force or after they've used
Yeah,
something
that
lethal?
that part to me was I don't know, maybe because, and again, I don't know, maybe if in my opinion it becomes a crime scene. And maybe the fucking the officer was so sure that this lady's gone. There's no saving her no more. Kind of like you go, it's giving me the lady where she was in, oh my god, chat, help me, Sonya. Remember Sonya from where the hot pot, she grabbed for the hot pot and the other gentleman was trying to go save her. The other police is like, and the other like, don't even bother, she's cooked. Massey, yeah, Sonya Massey, there we go. So I don't know,
What are you
in
guys
my
doing?
opinion, uh the doctor was on scene and they told him, no, I don't care. Ooh, I mean, I can respect that if that's what you're saying. I don't know that to be fact or not. But Sarah, I appreciate you, and I'm not dropping you. I'm just saying. So, I believe that your opinion is that this was unjustifiable.
Correct. And
Okay.
then the one other thing that I wanted to ask is there any evidence that he had to get medical treatment after this
I did
alleged
hear
attempt to hit him?
I did hear that he went to the hospital and he was gonna be okay. I'm not sure if that was the. She's really hot actually, but I can't stand her fucking. I can't stand how she was talking. The lady there. What the hell's her name?
Kristen Noem?
Correct. Correct. I remember she tried to make it sure that he went to the hospital, but which to me was really. I mean, guys, everybody has a camera today, and
Yeah.
regardless of him going to the hospital,
He walked
maybe
away.
you said
He
what?
walked away. He walked away. He looked absolutely
Right,
fine when he
right,
walked
right.
away.
But
And
right.
called her a fucking bitch,
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah. Let's just
That
kind of
Mhm.
refrain, sir. But we will get to you, RNA. But 1 second, we just have some other people that have been patiently waiting. Tori, how are you?
Hi, yeah, I'm good. I want to echo, I agree with what you said. I do think there's wrong on both sides. She probably should have stopped. She probably shouldn't have gone. But with me, for my time in law school, what I'm really focused on, the lethal force.
Tori, you cut out there. Oh, she might have got a call. 1 second. Give her 30 seconds to get back. 25, 24, 22. Okay,
While you're
there
waiting
she
for
is. There
her.
she is. Sorry,
Sorry
you
about
might have got
that.
a call or
Someone
something.
was calling me.
Yeah, you're fine.
Where did I leave off?
You respect that it was law enforcement. Nayeli, thank you for the galaxy. You
Yeah,
guys,
so
we got
basically
70. Sorry,
in
1 second, love. We got 77,000 likes in here. Can we jump it up to at least 100, 150? Can we send a daily heart me? It costs you literally 1 penny. If y'all can do that, it helps me get into the algorithm. It helps me get into the FYP page. I'm sure a lot of you guys got me from there. So if you guys just give that silly heart me, it helps out big time. I appreciate you guys. Tap the screen, share the live. Hashtag best live, true crime. Justice for Renee in the chat. Justice, was served. Whatever you want to do, all that helps. Tori, I hope you don't get another phone call. The floor is yours.
No, it's all good. When looking at imminent danger specifically, I know that we were talking about the reasonableness of like an ICE agent or police officer of how they view what imminent danger is. And for me, I'm more focused on his past and Christy Nome and Vance echoing that he has this sensitivity from 6 months prior. And I think when looking at this in a legal view, his view of what imminent danger is, I would say, is vastly different from other ICE agents. And so when looking at whether this is an imminent danger, I think for him specifically, maybe because of his compound trauma from that, his specific view might have been imminent danger, but you can't just use that. You have to use it in the reasonable view of an ICE agent, not just him. So that's just my take. And so with that, I think lethal force is not at all should be used. Again, other things should have happened. She probably should have stopped prior, but also the body language of the guys with him. They physically stepped back away from him and he was just kind of by himself. And I think that kind of shows that his thought process and him saying, effing bitch at the end really shows that this wasn't necessarily him fearing for danger, but more of an emotional response.
Right. So just to touch on something, because 6 months to me, I'm a unionized worker. I am a chief steward. I am a health and safety representative for my workers. Being hit is very traumatic. Do you think that 6 months was enough time to get him back on there after that incident? Or do you think maybe there is obviously we know there's a flaw in all the systems, but do you think possibly that these guys should be looked at a little closer as to why they were brought back 6 months after being in this same situation?
Oh, for sure. I can't talk specifically on the processes, but I know in police departments, there's typically an internal investigation, a gun is taken away, psych evals. And because of what we're seeing with ICE agent training being shortened to like 47 days now, I think within that specific program and training, I can foresee that there isn't the necessary precautions when incidents like that occur. And because they're wanting to get so many people out on the ground, a push for people to get out there sooner.
Okay, I appreciate you, Tori. I'm going to move on. So from my understanding, you believe that this was not justified.
Sir.
Correct. Thank you very much. We're going to move on to, sorry guys if I mistake. I know there's a lot of people being patient. Haley, welcome to the show. This is the best show on TikTok. Just I need you guys to understand that. Give me a follow, tap the screen, share the live. If you ain't following me, you got to follow my partner, my true crime partner, K-Snaps. And that's my partner in crime. So you guys, we're here to put these type of shows on and as much as this topic is heavy, guys, we trying to keep it respectfully. And I appreciate you guys for actually doing that. So much love for that. But Haley, the floor is yours and go ahead.
Totally unjustified. If you watch every video from every angle, girl did nothing wrong. He come up to her aggressive. I would drive away too. If somebody came up to me aggressive, what is your first instinct to do? Get away from the aggressive person. So that's what she wanted to do. Get away from aggression. But he didn't have, and by the aggression he had, you knew something was already going to go down. He already had a weapon pulled out. So you already knew, and his partner had weapons already pulled out aiming at her. So if she had gotten out the car, they easily could have just pew-pewed her right then and there too. So my first instinct would be drive away. But at the same time, they're shooting at somebody that isn't even an out-of-state person. They are a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, to me, honestly, respectfully, like that whole what state you're from, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, like, to me, that's irrelevant.
But at the same time, if they're trying to get to somebody that isn't, why not just show her a warrant or something that you have for her? That would have been the appropriate thing to do. Because in order to get anybody, you would have to show
But they weren't even
warrant.
coming for her, at my understanding.
They weren't. They weren't even coming for her. But the simple fact is the fact that they did this in her neighborhood with everybody watching. And then they denied her critical care. They denied her to get CPR or anything. They denied that for her.
But respectfully though, right? Would you just maybe just say, you know what, pull over to the side, pull to the side, get out of your vehicle, face him face to face, and be like, listen, this is what the fuck I want to say. What the hell are you guys doing here? Get the hell out of here. Blah, 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 blah. So that's why there's no other way to put it. Unfortunately, there's one life lost, and that's what breaks my fucking heart, to be honest.
That's right.
But
and the life lost was a mom too.
Right, but unfortunately, y'all got to think about these things though. Like, we see what they're doing. We see it. So the problem here is, guys, people are innocently losing their lives every fucking day in America, especially in different communities, right? So
Absolutely.
if we're just ignoring that, that means we're not paying attention to that. That means that you don't know this shit is fucking real. Talk to Chef. Talk to a lot of my true crime people. A lot of people out there will tell you. A lot of people will tell you. Guess what? Yo, these motherfuckers are on a power trip right now. And yo, I'ma just, if I know 100% that I got nothing to do, but I want to be, the head of this protest or the advocate for this, there's ways to do it. Because look, I don't get, sure, he'll go to jail for the rest of his fucking life. He'll go to jail for the rest of his fucking life because he's a piece of shit and he unalived this innocent person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what's the reality? She's gone.
She's
And
no
it,
longer
Excuse
here, and
me.
her kids no
Excuse
longer
me.
have a mom.
yeah. But Courtney, go ahead.
Hi. Hi. So
By the
there's
way, you got the best name in the entire world.
no, it's not
Country.
Courtney's country
Oh,
accent.
country. I'm sorry.
And I'm
God
sure you
damn
can
it.
hear, I'm sure you know why. But so there's a few things I want to start off with. And each thing that I'm saying can actually be proven. The reason why she was there is just like the New York Times said, she was a member of what they call ICE Warriors from her son's charter school. It's called Southside Family Center. And if you don't believe the New York Times, right, the very first video that was posted, there's a lady that says she was our lead card today. It was her duty to block because she does it best. Okay, then there's another lady from this charter group that is trying to defend her. She says she did nothing wrong because we are trained in how to do this. Okay, so let's think about those facts. And I'm not, I
Guys,
don't
but
think
time
she,
out, time out.
hold on,
Did she get
I
a
didn't think she intended to hit him. Let me
but
get to that
country,
part,
one
please.
second though, 1 second.
Here
Did
we
she get a
fucking
permit
go.
to block off the road for a street party that day?
Please, like, see, every Democratic live you go to, you can't speak.
Go
You
ahead
can't
and speak,
speak.
but I'm not gonna just let you speak off the top of your head and not understand that I don't give a shit what fucking organization she's from. It's just doesn't you don't conduct business like that.
Okay, yes, sir. I'll answer your question. Okay, so you're asking me basically, is it against the law to block the street, or is there any problem with blocking the street? Right? Okay, the video shows 6 minutes before this happened, she is parked diagonally, dancing in the car. There's nothing wrong with that. They're able to protest all they want to, but but when you block someone in, and everyone's saying she could have went around. There's no vehicle that covers the whole entire road. But haven't you ever seen when you block someone in, anything could happen.
Ma'am,
People could be attacked
I
or what?
challenge you this today. I challenge you this
Okay,
today.
fuck. Okay, bye. No,
I can't make sense with you if you don't want to make sense. Go block your street sideways all day today. Tell me how that goes.
Protesting is an
there's
American
not
right.
ICE agents who could be harmed. Haven't you ever seen movies when someone tries to kidnap somebody and a car will block people on both sides to box them in so they can come in and shoot or
We're
whatever?
referring to
That's the
movies. Keep
reason
going.
why.
Keep going. We're
That's the
referring to movies.
Can I
and when
can I
you say,
quickly jump in? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
you know what,
Do you
peace
think
out.
do you think Martin Luther King got a permit to
Oh
march the
man,
Selma
y'all, you
Bridge?
know what?
Let me
Y'all
ask.
are fucking delusional.
No,
No,
let me ask you.
it's people like you. It's people like you that are weirdos. You're a
Let me
weirdo, lady. You're a fucking weirdo. You can't even reason. Like,
no. So my question is, do you think MLK got a permit to march on the Selma Bridge?
obviously not, sir.
So do you think that protesting is an American right?
Peaceful protest is an American
Yes.
right. Correct.
So do you think anybody should be gunned down because of protesting?
100% not.
So there is your answer. Like, because I hear a lot of
No,
discussions about.
sir, maybe you understood it at the wrong time. She literally said this is a organization, which I'm yet to even to understand that she is part of this block the ice organization, whatever the problem may be, or however she said it. What I'm trying to say, a peaceful protest goes with on Saturday on the 26th of January, we will be marching and protesting, right?
Not necessarily, though. Why? Why do you think
Then
that
it's not a
way?
peaceful protest.
How is not? If I'm not harming anybody, I'm not violent. That is a peaceful protest. It doesn't mean what time it has to be. That's
If
just not.
you are impeding and traffic and
That's a
this, that, it's not a
protest. That
peaceful
happens
protest.
all the time.
But
You,
okay, what
a
are we
time
talking?
and venue does not tell you whether a protest is peaceful or not. That's just bonkers. It's how the protest is done is whether makes it peaceful or not.
They are.
What?
That's kind
That's
of
exact.
what he's
That's
saying
exactly what
is
I'm saying.
if
Do you think a venue and time determines whether a protest is peaceful or not? If I'm violent on a Saturday, as you just said, at a
An
Saturday,
organized peaceful protest is your legal right. You're talking about legal right.
yes, you're saying that a time and venue determines whether a protest is peaceful or not. That's what you just said, which is ridiculous in my opinion.
It's not what he was implying. He was saying like a peaceful protest is when you say, hey, let's gather this day at this time. He wasn't saying it's required for it to be peaceful.
Right. Yeah, I'm not saying it's required to be peaceful. I'm not sure, but I don't know. So what's your point, sir? Is this justified or not?
100% it was an unjustified killing. It was murder, and people will get, and they will get away from it. JD Vance told yesterday in the press conference, or day before yesterday, that he's immune and blah blah. They're not going to press any charges. So this is the America that we live in right now. That we are proud to be the land of the free, but what the government is telling us right now, that if you dare protest against this government, you can be gunned down, and then they will character assassinate you. They will give you all kind of like excuses, and then people will be debating whether she moved the wheel in the direction or away from the person or whatever. The simple thing is this: two lesbians kind of attacked this guy's fragile masculinity. He lost his shit because he doesn't like challenged by women, and that's why he kind of shot those two. Like he shot one of them basically. So again, if he has a trauma, which a lot of people are saying, then he should not be in the force in the first place.
I
So
agree. No, that part I agree 100%. I
in
agree.
whatever way you dissect this, this is a cold-blooded murder of an
Yeah,
American
can we just
citizen.
use murderer, sir? Because
Oh,
then
sorry,
TikTok friendly.
murder of an American citizen. And as American citizens, we should all be alarmed. And any people who are supporting this regime is like have lost all sense of humanity. And I will stop here. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you, sir, for coming up. Hold on. We got Cloudy. I'm so sorry. Thank you for your patience. We got to move on, guys. I got a ton of people in here. Go ahead, Cloudy.
Hey, Chef.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you? I
I'm fine.
understand the rules of You're Live, and I will try my best to comply.
No, you're fine. Listen, it's your opinion. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you're gonna go all wacky on me. I'm gonna
Nope.
go even wackier on you. That's just
I
where
know that.
am. You know
I've been
this.
watching you for a while. I know. So no, I think that this was totally unjustified, and I do think that I think in this day and age, if you're going to heckle and be non-compliant with law enforcement, you are putting yourself in a very risky position, basically. I feel I don't even know what the word putting yourself in a very risky position. I don't even know what the word is, how I feel for her poor wife and the amount of trauma of the entire event. She saw that and then she's sitting on the side of the road with her dog and she's having a full-blown panic attack and not one person is there consoling her and everyone is yelling and screaming. It was just awful. But more importantly, what's really bothering me is the fact that this administration came out and said he's not going to face any consequences for his actions, and then we just destroyed the crime scene immediately. We destroyed the whole entire. I just saw a video of her truck on the back of a flatbed going to wherever they were taking it. It's not even tarped. The driver's side window is down.
Yeah, I seen that.
They took her body and drug it down the road. Like everything was just destroyed almost immediately. And this administration seems to, break a lot of laws.
And that's the sad part too, right? And in every country, every government, it's just like, it's so sad that after somebody lost their life, it was this side versus that side going nationally and saying, we don't agree with each other. Like, if they can't agree with each other, how can we get it right?
Right. Right. And I think the split is going to hold steady, I think, very much so, over whether he was justified or not. But I haven't heard anybody so far talk about the actual destruction of that crime scene. That would not help. That wouldn't happen for anybody else that did something like that, right? No.
I mean, to be fair though, it was like the 3 letter were there. Like, to be fair, what I believe they and again, I'm you're right. I'm maybe how they did it and not tarped it, but to be fair, like there's multiple pictures. You can see that the investigation took almost into the wee hours to the next day of the night of. So I believe they obviously got what they felt is evidence. So I don't know. And again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No, I know.
I'm just saying, like, the agencies were there. They got all the pictures and evidence that they needed. How you feel about, how they went after the fact? Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, should it be nice that you pull up to a red light and mommy's like, Daddy, why is there all this ketchup on this white airbag?
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not cool, right?
No.
But
yeah, it's just a little scary that it doesn't seem like the laws are upheld for us in the United States anymore, and it's a terrifying time to be a citizen here. So,
Yeah.
but that's it. Thank you.
I appreciate you, and sorry, thank you for being patient. By the way,
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
we got Patriot to the end. How you doing,
can
sir?
drop me.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Not too bad, man. Thank you for your patience. And go ahead, sir. What do you think? Was this justified or
No,
not?
I just think that people are hypocrites, man. Because when Charlie Kirk got unalived, everybody was like, fucking clapping and fucking making.
Okay, let's try to be not so provocative, if you don't mind.
Anyway, all I'm saying is when he was unalived, it was all funny and games, and he had kids and everything too. And that chick's wife or whatever, you heard right on the video, she said, "Drive, drive, go, go," and she even told the guy, she's like, "Okay, big boy," or something like that. She was like trying to instigate some shit too. She wasn't just sitting on the fucking curb twiddling her thumbs.
Okay, but so now we should take lives for that though, like realistically.
No, we shouldn't take lives for it. But when you use a vehicle as a weapon, then you play dumb games. You're going to win dumb prizes, dude. Sorry, we have to have some kind of law and order. The only law and order in this land is only the way the Democrats think things are supposed to go and stuff. And if you and me did that, I'm 6'5", 300, former Marine, and if a federal agent told me to stop, I'd stop. She wouldn't have 3 bullet holes in her head if she'd have just stopped. She caused this to happen, and it's unfortunate, and I'm sorry that this woman lost her life, but she did a dumb thing, and dumb shit happened.
Yeah, so you're saying that it was 100% justified?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so I appreciate that, sir. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah, no problem.
We got Tancom. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's up, buddy? How you doing? Long time no see.
Yeah, I know, man. So here's the deal, right? So in the beginning, right, I believe that it was not justified, but I did say that at some point all the evidence will come out. So listening to some of the comments on some of the panel members, I'm going to say a couple things. Number one, let's talk about the evidentiary collection. And everybody says, well, you didn't tarp it, you didn't do this, right? You cannot do that. So unless you have a search warrant, you can't alter that vehicle or do anything to it until you get a search warrant. Okay. So you can collect initial evidence. Okay. But until you have a search warrant, you can't cover it. You can't manipulate it. You can't roll the windows. You can't do anything. It has to go as is without a search warrant. Okay. So just
that's
be
why
clear
they
about
snapped
that.
a lot of pictures.
Right. So they can take all the pictures they want, but until they can't manipulate the vehicle, and I had to learn the hard way, they can't manipulate the vehicle until you get a search warrant. Now, as far as the medical portion of it, people will say they wouldn't even let the doctors come. That's correct. You're not allowed to allow a third-party person to come in and render aid because you are liable for that person's actions. So if a person comes up, and you know how we do, and they say, "Oh, I'm a doctor," but you're not. You're really a PA. But you claim that you're a doctor. That's the reason why they don't allow a third party person.
So there's no Good Samaritan Act?
If the Good Samaritan Act is if law enforcement is not present, you can assist, right, until somebody qualified comes along. But if an officer or it's an investigation or it's a scene, no, they're not going to allow a third party to come up, only because there's a liability for that. Okay. Now let me let me say a couple things about lack of knowledge in law enforcement with the American people, right? So a lot of people say, well, they're not law enforcement agencies. They can't do a traffic stop, and they can't say for you to get out of the vehicle. That is totally incorrect. Okay, they are certified law enforcement officers, and they can ask you, Pennsylvania versus MIM, to get out of the vehicle. It's no option. Okay. Now, everybody is hyped up and everybody's using he said this afterwards, and then before he did this, and she was there causing all these problems, and she shouldn't have been there. None of that matters. Okay, none of that's going to matter in a court of law. So it's called the totality of the circumstances. The only thing that's going to matter is from the time that they made contact with her until the time that the vehicle stopped. So in those videos, that's the only thing that's going to matter. Okay, not why she was there or what she did in her past,
right.
or did he get what happened to him 6 months ago. In order to determine was it justified, they have to look at the totality of the circumstance, which means the events that occurred at that specific time. Now, let me just say this, and I'm sure I'll get some flack over it, but that's okay. I thought before that it wasn't justified until I saw that second video, right? So he does not place himself in front of the vehicle. He's off to the left. And I called one of my Georgia Bureau of Investigations buddy and one of my buddies down at Georgia Bureau of Investigations, which is the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, right? I said, am I looking at this wrong? Why, what am I doing wrong? Like, why? They were like, man, listen. He's like, look at this video. Tell me what you see, right? And I looked at the first one, right? And when I looked at the second one, I realized he didn't place himself in danger, okay? She maneuvered the vehicle and placed him center mass of the vehicle. Because when she backs up, right, and she turns the wheel when she backs up, at first he's to the as you're looking at the vehicle, he's at the left corner of the vehicle. But when she backs up and the car goes to the right, backs up to the right, okay, now he's center mass. Well, he didn't cause that. She caused that. So she created that specific. When she turns the vehicle to go to the right to leave, that's when she strikes him. Okay, so they're going to kind of look at that.
Hold on a sec, sir. Are you 100% sure that she struck him?
I think she did, but I don't think it was seriously damaging. But you don't have to be struck.
I would say she probably scared him with the vehicle. I just didn't see the strike. I'm sorry. I don't see it. And then regardless, I get what you're the factual stuff you're saying about all that. But I think for me, it was, I just don't understand where, and again, I think a lot to do with the PTSD made him get trigger happy.
So we can't use that as an excuse at this point because, again, totality of the circumstances. It doesn't matter what happened previously. It's going to matter right now. The facts, the actual facts, what actually happened. So if you base it just on, don't worry about what happened as far as, well, I mentally got issues and all that. Only look at the evidence that you currently see on the video. It would be like saying, hey, man, listen, so Mike Tyson swings at you. Okay. Do you have to be hit in order to be scared? No, you don't have to be hit to be scared because you know what's going to happen if he does hit you, right? So again, and I can't say what he felt, but I have known cases where you don't have to be struck in order to use force. Now, her intent, okay? Everybody, she had no intent on doing this. Well, intent really doesn't matter what her intent was. What were her actions? What were the actions that occurred that day? Not the intent. Oh, he intended on doing this or she intended on doing that or what. If that's going to go back and forth. But if you look at the actual actions that occurred, what actually happened is going to be taken into consideration. Now, I will say this, what I don't like, and I no longer, I'm very disappointed in JD from coming in automatically saying he has absolute immunity. No law enforcement officer in the United States has absolute immunity. Zero. No law enforcement officer. And to snatch the case because it's a state law. So they broke that state law. We don't have a murder charge in
murder. Sorry,
we don't have that in the in the federal system. So why is this not being taken at the at the state level is a little bit beyond me because the FBI came in and scooped up all the information. So that is a little bit disheartening for me. So that's all I have.
Well, I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate that. Kalak. She dropped. Why?
I think Kalak dropped.
I'm not sure who was.
Hello.
I don't know either.
Hi, how you doing, guys?
I think it's lagging.
That discussion going.
Okay, that's better. Sorry. No, my yeah, there we go. For some
What's up,
reason
Jeff?
this. What's up? What's up? How you doing, Paulie? How you doing, sir? Go
All
ahead.
right,
Give
man.
us
How you
your
doing?
opinion.
Well, I'll be honest with you. A police officer's job is to de-escalate. That's the main thing. There is no reason why those cops were in the middle of the street. They should have just let her go. End the story. Get out of the fucking way of the car. Plain and simple. Your job is to de-escalate. Plain and simple. You put yourself in that situation. End the story. You're not supposed to get in front of a vehicle. You know, at the end of the day, she was murdered. I call it murder at the end of the day. Like there was no way. The cop's job is to basically let her move on. She didn't cause any friggin'. She didn't cause any murder, or anything like that. She should have just made. They should have just made her go away, and that's the end of it. De-escalate, de-escalate, de-escalate. Clearly, this guy was trigger happy. No need to shoot her like that. I think this guy's in the
Can
wrong.
you please use TikTok friendly words,
Yeah,
please?
yeah. Sorry, sorry, Paulie. Paulie, you from New York?
Boston.
Okay, yeah. I knew it was one of the two, but so your opinion, your opinion is that it was unjustified.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, appreciate
Absolutely.
that. We have Gojo here. Gojo, thank you for being patient. What's your take?
Hi. My take is that the person that got unalived, I think it wasn't okay just because I'm Hispanic. I'm in the Hispanic community, and ICE agents don't have as much, like, they have more power than they did back in the day, because back in the day, all they had to do was just drop off a warrant with your actual name on it, with your actual information. They couldn't come in your house. They couldn't break in your car. They couldn't snatch you out. They weren't allowed to do that. That was like, they weren't even allowed to have guns. So now that they have more power and they're power hungry, oh well, pew pews.
Harry.
It's they're out of hand. And my sister who called me today, she's in Canada because her media is censored down here in America. She said that more than half of them didn't even pass their open book exams, and they still let them in. So it's just people that aren't even qualified, like this man that unalived her. Like, he didn't really hit her in the car, and they even released footage now of his cam. He just jumped back and then pulled his pew pew out, and then aimed at the car. So it's like,
Okay,
it's
so
out of hand, and the reason that she
on
drove off.
your opinion on the situation is
Yeah,
that this was unjust.
it was unjust, and also the reason she drove off is because the agents will literally grab you and violently put you down to the ground, and they know what happens. Like, they mishandle you. They'll break bones, they'll bruise you,
So
they'll do certain things
you think that
yeah.
she was aware of all that?
Yeah, very aware. And the reason that she was doing it is because a lot of us, the Hispanic community, friends that we had, or people that we had that weren't Hispanic, or immigrants, we were relying on our people that had the privilege, certain privileges that we didn't have. And now we're realizing, oh, now it's not even, we can't even rely on that. Now it's showing us what happened to her, that nobody's safe. There is no privilege or nothing. It's whoever's in the way is in the way. So yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the guests, guys. Listen, this is what we do here, man. We have 107,000 likes. If you could tap the screen, share the live, send a heart me, sub to my lives. We do this on a regular basis between myself and K Snaps. We have case after case after case. This is what we do here. So if you guys like what you see, and I try to keep it respectful for the most case. I know this topic is a very, touchy topic. I don't play around with the bullshit. You come up here, you give your opinion. You ain't gonna sit in boxes and fight and be all ratchet about it. We don't operate like that. But you know what? You guys have been amazing, and I appreciate each and every one of you coming up. We've hit high numbers, like we usually been doing, and you guys are all keeping it respectful. So I appreciate all that. But I'm gonna keep on going here because the show must go on. Jessica, I know you came back. Are you just here to chill? That's totally cool.
The other guy was saying a bunch of stuff that I was like, "Oh, that's not true. That's not true." But he's
I heard.
gone. I have a question. Were her Fourth Amendment rights violated when that officer attempted to open her door? Is that a violation of reasonable search and seizure?
Yes and no.
Corey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. So hold on. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute you respectfully, okay? If you don't mind.
Can I say something real quick?
Of course. Just interrupt, guys, but
Okay.
respectfully.
So everybody, please just tap the screen, share the live. If you are in the box, please go on mute unless you're speaking. Chat, please be respectful. This is everybody's opinion. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. We do this the right way here, and we just respect everybody. That's it. And
Thank you,
keep going.
Natasha.
And if
I
you
will.
want to talk, you could just request, and he'll get you in as soon as he can.
Thank you,
Can I?
Natasha. I will say your resume is being reviewed by HR, so we will get back to you shortly. Thank you.
Can I just say one thing quickly and I'll
Of
get
course,
off?
Corey. But
Okay.
you seem to know that you said so Jessica asked a very good question, and you seem to have said yes and no. Could you elaborate on the yes and no, please?
I mean, and the Fourth Amendment right about her being almost pulled out of the car. That one.
Correct. Yeah.
No expert, but to me, if an officer or an agent or ICE or
Hold on,
whatever,
but you can't be we can't go with but to me. It's either that's the law or it's not the law. I think that's what Jessica was trying to imply. So I mean, I
I
know
would.
what I would do, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the law. So can you please? Do you know the answer to that? If it's the law or not?
I'm not 100% sure, but I would think that would be the law if a commanding person over you is giving you a direct order.
So
That's my
you're saying
opinion.
because he's law enforcement, he's automatically knows what he's doing and he's automatically right.
No, not that at all. But if it's a command, you you need to follow that command. But I know people are afraid to do that. You know, they are afraid to do it. But I just wanted to make one thing comment.
Sorry, love. I just don't want. I don't think Jessica was fully finished landing her plane. That's all.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Jessica.
She can continue, but I mean, there's been court decisions based on
Yeah.
this where police officers have attempted to open car vehicles and whether it's justified or not. So that was my question to the panel. This was not a legal traffic stop. There was no legal
No.
violations. These are ICE officers who do not have any legislation as far as traffic stops go. Traffic violations, like if someone's illegally parked, they're supposed to say, hey, someone's illegally parked, and they call the police to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's not their jurisdiction, no.
But what was going on at the time, it was a different situation. You know. But I just wanted to make the one statement from a comment way back a while ago. Way in the beginning, there was a video of a guy, neighbor, consulting the wife after the car hit the cars and all that happened. There was somebody consoling that wife right back in the beginning. A neighbor, that's one of the first videos I saw. A neighbor was consoling that wife. So, you know, there was a video on that. That's all.
Thank you for coming up. Jessica, did you want to finish?
I was just asking the panel if I didn't know if anybody else had an opinion on that because I think that's definitely a question mark, and I think that's is the difference between their reach, right? That ICE doesn't have the reach that police officers have, and people park that direction all the time, right? Like sometimes a delivery truck parks irregularly, sometimes a garbage truck parks irregularly. So to say there's plenty of our vehicles today that impede traffic all the time.
Yeah, but it was that situation at the time that was totally different in the heat of the moment. You know what I mean?
I'm not talking about circumstantial stuff. I'm talking about
Yeah.
facts, right?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
fact is,
No problem.
is There are no vehicles there are no videos, right, from what we've seen,
Yeah, we've
except
seen the videos.
she's parked in an awkward way, but there's vehicles in our society
Okay,
that park in awkward
hold
ways
on
all the
one
time.
second. Corey, can you please mute and let Jessica
Oh, I'm
finish what
sorry.
she's
I
saying?
have a TV on. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
please just mute and let her finish, and then you can go ahead after she's done.
Okay, well, I just made my comment a minute ago, and that's all I wanted to say about the video in the beginning of consoling the wife, the other wife. So that's all. Thank you.
Coming up.
Have a good day.
And then, go ahead,
Sorry.
Sarah. Go
I
ahead,
was just
Sarah.
going to say, if they're not already, make sure you follow Chef and Club for cool stickers.
Not here, but for the ladies that are moderators, people also earlier when I was here, they were saying that these ICE officers aren't wearing body cams. That's not true. Percentages of them do, and some of them don't. Some of these ICE agents are police officers, so they have body cams. And I think that's something as American citizens we should all say is like, for their safety, for other people's safety, they should all be wearing cameras. And I don't agree with the masking, but that's a different subject.
I think you're on mute.
I said, yeah, sorry, I did step away. I went to go make another cappuccino. I'm sorry. Hold on. So we have Denny here. How you doing? Denny B, you know you're up here? Nope, she doesn't know. Okay, moving along here, we have the beautiful Mama Bear. How you doing?
Hi, Chef. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Just want to say I've been watching you for a while, and I love the way that you run the panels. I love how you go on facts and not speculation.
I
I
tried.
just wanted, I just wanted to say, so everyone's saying that this officer has PTSD from him being dragged by a car 6 months ago. If he actually was suffering from PTSD, shouldn't he have been taken out of the field? Because that hinders your reactions in situations like this. Because I have PTSD myself, and I was a correctional officer for a while. So I kind of get that, but I don't think that he should have been in the field. Also, how are you going to work for ICE when you have a Filipino wife?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about all that personally. I
Yeah,
don't. No, that's
um,
fine. I mean, I don't want to look into like his if whatever. It doesn't matter what type of wife he has or whatever. I will say though, I did mention it earlier. I did mention it earlier that like I said, as a unionized worker, as a chief steward, as a union safety rep, health and safety rep. I don't necessarily agree that he, because he was hit, he should never be allowed to go back and do a job that he probably really was really like doing. However, I did mention earlier, maybe was it too soon? Could it have maybe taken a little bit longer? Is there, and again, I know everybody points this picture, guys. I don't back up this stuff. I'm just throwing this out there. Is there a lack of officials out there that are doing this job and maybe they had no choice to speed up his process, and unfortunately that bad decision created this even worse decision? I really don't know. I can't answer that. I can't
yeah,
answer that. I can't answer. In my opinion, we like in a situation like that. Listen, you're gonna go on light duties. First off, you're gonna be totally off. You're gonna be off. We're gonna get you, physically and mentally prepared, ready back to get back on the force. Then we are going to. It's called a progressive return to work. We are gonna progressively put you back out on the field. We are going to monitor that. We're gonna get doctors to sign you off on that. Nayeli, gracias. Thank you very much. We're gonna monitor that. I don't know personally what his situation is. I want to imagine based on that type of high profile job, they would have that fucking kind of common sense to at least have those and run it that way. I really don't know. But it's a good question. But respectfully, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't care who his wife was. I don't care what nationality his wife was. You know
Oh,
what I
not
mean?
at
To
all.
me, that's irrelevant.
Yeah, obviously. I'm sorry for making that comment.
No, you're fine. You're
But
fine. You're
I
fine.
also watched the video from his phone where he recorded her. And I don't think that she struck him like everyone says, because I think it was just him dropping his phone. But also, if you look, you could tell that he was angry because before she even backed up to pull off, he already had his pew pew out. He had switched hands with his phone and it already had the pew pew out. And for those that say that she did struck him, she injured him. If you look at the windshield where it impeded the windshield, it wasn't up above the steering wheel, it was down. So it seems like he wasn't in front of the vehicle, he was to the side of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, wherever he was, he felt the need that his life was endangered, and he needed to drop 3 bullets and unalive her. Again, like I said, in my opinion, they're both wrong. That's literally where I'm gonna go with that. In my opinion, they're both wrong. Excessive force, I believe, yes. And I also believe, listen, in the times that we're living in, what do you, regardless of, he felt, he felt he felt like low to women or whatever the case may be. Just give yourself up. Give yourself up. Give yourself up, pull over to the side, see if you want, get your camera going so you can then even show us how big of a piece of shit this guy is, that he won't even give you the time of day. But to do all that, man, it's not worth it, guys. We only have one shot at this thing called life. And now hers is gone.
Yes. And one thing before I drop down, I just want to say I've been reading the comments and I feel like people should have more compassion for other people's lives.
Right. So the thing with comments are, guys, you got to take the good with the bad, right? I mean, unfortunately, we got thousands of people that come through these lives. And like I said, if I went based on comments, I probably would be, I wouldn't be on TikTok, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, you have to have empathy. But I do, because I have it for everybody.
But I was going to say, to that point, though, it goes both ways. There also has to be some empathy for these officers who are being attacked. I mean, they are out there getting literally attacked, and sticking with facts here, because it's not about feelings. This is about facts and the law. And the ICE agents have a legal authority and obligation to make deportations. You don't have to agree with that. You don't have to like that. You can advocate against that policy. However, they are legally in the right to make deportation. So again,
I
you don't
think
have
you
to
have to
like
be
it,
careful
but
though when you say the word attacked, because that's
no,
touchy.
they literally are being have you not seen the videos of people going after them and rioting them and attacking them?
Have you also
attacking
seen the
is
videos where
a strong
people
word.
have been doing 80s style workouts?
Yeah. So we're not
I'm just
so maybe,
responding to somebody
yeah.
said you have to have empathy for human life. And I said, absolutely, you have to have empathy for human life. We're saying the same thing, but you are being selective of who you think deserves the empathy. And if the statement is empathy for
wasn't
human
being
life, it's
selective. I said we
empathy for
should have
everybody.
Okay,
compassion
so
for
guys, so
each
the
other's
reality is,
lives.
Mama Bear. I think the reality is you're saying that this was 100% unjustified.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Zuko, can I get your opinion on this situation?
Yeah, so like I was saying, whether you agree with the policy or not, or agree with that law or not, I mean it's up to us to make change, advocate for changes to laws and elect people who we want to make changes to laws that we don't agree with. So that's one topic. The other topic, though, is that at this time, with the laws that we have and the orders that these guys were given, they are acting legally to do what they're doing. Number one. Number two is somebody said before, ICE doesn't have they're not able to make traffic stops or order somebody out of the car, and that's false. They absolutely are allowed to make traffic stops, and they absolutely are allowed to order somebody out of the car if they have a reason to. So just like a regular law enforcement officer, they are allowed to do that. That's the second
Not
thing. The third thing is that if
True.
it
That's
is true,
misinformation.
no,
that's
it's
not
not.
misinformation. They
Okay.
are allowed to pull a car over and say get out of the car. That is in their
They
job.
are not.
Yes, they
No,
are.
they are not.
Okay, we can look it up.
Jessica, in all
Yeah,
due
it is
respect,
true.
what makes it? Because I mean, they're law enforcement. They can detain you. They can ship you back. They can do all that stuff. So what? Like, I'm kind of, and I'll be honest with you, it's not being biased because you guys are gonna be like, oh, she's this moderator, and you're and not you, Jessica, but people be like, oh, you're gonna defend Zuko. No, I'm not. I'll defend whatever I want to say. The fact of the matter is I'm surprised that they're not. So can you explain to me how they're not able to?
I mean, according to the National Immigrant Justice Center, they are allowed. An ICE agent is allowed to make a traffic stop and pull over if the officer has reasonable suspicion
Right.
that
That's
the
what I heard.
driver is not legal. It isn't legal. So, like, it is true. But
I think we
anyway, and
touched on
then
that earlier, though, Jessica, when I said they'll use they mistaken identity, or they'll use, like, how many times now have we unfortunately heard that a lot of innocent Americans have been taken and they're in fact actual citizens. So it's kind of like a loophole.
yeah, and then my third point I wanted to make was that he said get out of the car. She chose to not only refuse to get out of the car, but to put her vehicle in drive. And you can say in the video, it looks like maybe she didn't run him over. The vehicle made contact with an officer and continued to drive. So didn't stop after hitting. So that's a hit and run.
Okay,
So this,
Zuko, today, I still have not seen the vehicle make contact with the officer.
okay.
I tried to get the best video possible and post it. I slowed it down. Yes, the body cam looked like he was, he kind of, tripped up or whatever. But I mean, that to me is he saw the vehicle about to move. He drawed for his firearm, and that's what caused the shaking.
Okay,
So
well, yeah. So, okay, so say he didn't get hit. She put her car in drive and was driving into a place where there was people, where there were ICE agents. She was driving toward people and not
And again,
stopping.
I'm going to play devil's advocate with you here. So again, what happened once he pew-pewed her?
Yeah, but at least it was at that point. Like, yeah, you have to cut your losses at that point. Are you gonna This is what they're trained to do: respond in that exact situation. When a person decides to drive your car into people, something as bad is probably going to happen to
But who's
to
to say?
reduce the amount.
But again, I'm like, I love you, Zuko. So please, let's not.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
This is a
It's all
debate. This
good.
is a
Yeah,
straight up
yeah,
debate.
yeah.
I'm
All
just
good.
saying. But who's to say?
I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, who's to say? Like, see, the thing is again, we're assuming, we're saying that he hit her. I didn't see that. We're saying that, now she was going to use her vehicle as a weapon. I didn't see that.
No, but you
I saw her.
you have to think about.
Hold on one second. I saw her getting now told by the officer, I mean fucking business. I'm going to physically rip you out of here at your door. You're like, no, you're not. I now put my car in drive and I got away. Did I get super close to the agent? Yes. Did I make the agent maybe think I was going to hit him? Sure. But now I just shot that, like, he just pew-pewed her. What scares the shit out of me, Zuko, respectfully, cutting losses, okay, maybe I'm not going to hold you on that, whatever. Sure, fine. But what if there was children playing on the street there? She obviously was clinging to her. She was obviously clinging to her life. So this is not a big deal. This is not a big deal right now because she lost her life. But I promise you, if 2 or 3 children were pinged at the same time, this would be a fucking big deal.
But okay, so what I'm going to say to that is, first I'm going to send you the video, because the video I saw that is not being circulated and is not being on the news is the body cam footage. Body cam footage shows that the guy literally the car did absolutely make contact with him in the video I saw. So I'm going based off of that because that's, in my opinion, what happened. But even that aside, once somebody is refusing orders, like, the police have to maintain control of the situation.
Right.
Once you're refusing orders from an officer and you leave. So she put her car in drive and drove. They now have to assume that she is not going to stop. She's using her car as a weapon. At that point, that's what they have to assume because that's what they're trained to do. It's not like what they feel or what happened before or what they think. It's like they are trained. This is no joke what they're trained to do. They have pew pews. Like they if at that
You know,
point
when
they
you
had
have
reason to
temper
believe
tantrums like
that
that,
they
that make me
fleeing the
try
scene
harder.
and not going to stop a car, driving it towards people. So they, in that situation, they did. I mean, we've all seen it. Cars, full vans have driven into parades of people and kids. Like, it's not something that doesn't happen. Like, people do this. They use their car as a weapon. It's what happened. Like,
Okay, so and from what I'm gathering, you're saying that it was tragic. Someone lost their life, but it was justified.
yeah, I think it was. I think
Okay,
it was justified.
I can respect that. Sorry, Widow.
Wait, Chef, can I go back to the whole thing about
Oh yeah, of course you
ICE
can.
being able to pull somebody out of the car? They can't do that. You have to have a legal reason to ask somebody, ask them,
No, they
can you
only
get
need
out of the
suspicion.
car?
They only need
N-
suspicion to believe that the person is not here legally. That's the only
Suspicion,
thing they
they're
need.
an
So you're
immigrant,
saying
and how do they have that suspicion?
It's not me saying it, guys. You can look it up. It's like go
so
on
you're
Google
saying
right
but you're
now
Look
and
it
saying
check.
up.
No,
I
no, no.
in
literally
this
It's not.
looked
case
it
they
up
were
I'm saying.
before I came
suspicious
on
No,
here.
that
no, no.
Renee was
I
not
am not
Guys, we
saying
haven't
that.
got. Hey, listen. Just because she's respectfully has her opinion on it and how she's saying it,
But
and
it,
you
I think what we're missing the point here is that it's like anything else. It's like being like a actual law officer cards you. I could be fucking doing nothing wrong, but we had a law passed here a while ago saying, we had a law passed here saying, oh, we can be carded now, which means based on suspicion, they can ask me for my identification, and if they feel the need that I'm in suspicious behavior, they could give me a search. Is that what you're trying to say the
Yes,
law
that
is? Yo, what's going
like
they
on
it's
here?
have.
like
Yeah,
it's
they
not my
could.
opinion. That's literally what it is. Like I encourage you all to just go do a quick Google search, and it will tell you that ICE can make
I
traffic
literally
stops.
looked
They
it
can
up.
pull you out of your car.
They have to ask you, and if they have suspicion, yes, but it's not just, oh, get out. Like, they don't have that right. Like, they can't just tell you, hey, get out of the car. It has to be a legal suspicion, just like a cop. Oh, can I search your car? What's the reason? There has to be an actual reason, not because they feel like it. That's what I'm trying to say.
But they don't have to tell you the reason at the time. If a car pulls you over and says, can you step out of your vehicle please, or they can say step out of your vehicle please. Like, they don't need to ask and say please and thank
read
you.
the legal can I
They
read
can
this
And
just
from
what
like
say
a
get out of your
lawyer?
happens?
car.
Yeah,
What
you
happens
can,
if somebody
I
refuses?
think we all understand what's going on here, Jessica. And the reality is, it's like you guys are both right. Really, you guys are both right because I'm gonna tell you why you are. Legally, they can't, but respectfully, the fucking loophole is they can have the suspicion to do it. So without even reading the legality of it, that's literally what goes on every single day. So
Yeah,
technically, I'm
what's
sorry.
scary, Chef, though, what's scary is how people want to like give ICE more power than they should. Right? Like they're supposed to be immigration. That's their focus of attention is immigration. We already have city police officers, state police officers, FBI, all these other areas. We don't need to give
So
this
this is
section of law
Hold on,
enforcement
Zuko. Just give her 1 second.
more
sorry,
power.
sorry.
So I don't understand why, just as citizens talking, right, that we're all like, yeah, they can do that. We should all say, no, you know what? They probably shouldn't be able to, even if they can. So I'm just going to read this if I'm a lawyer. ICE cannot conduct stops based solely on traffic violations. They must obtain a warrant supported by probable cause before stopping individuals. They also need reasonable suspicion that someone lacks lawful immigration status to justify warrantless vehicle stops. So you're going to tell me that they're going to say, oh, well, we thought that Renee Good sitting in traffic blocking us wasn't immigrant. And so that's what our reasonable suspicion was.
No, but she was obstructing she was obstructing the road and them. So at that point, move, no, get out, you know?
Okay,
It's
I have a
it's not
question.
like she was driving her car on the road and they passed her and she got pulled over.
They
But
did pass her.
I have
they weren't, but it
so
wasn't
as self
like a traffic stop. They were on foot and she was in her car. It wasn't
But
like a traffic stop where they pulled her, put the lights on and pulled her over and said, give me your license and registration, get out of here. Like, it wasn't that. So
she was waving people around her, and the first vehicle that had ice in it went around her, and she was trying to move, but there was so much traffic she was trying to do it in a safe manner.
wasn't any traffic, actually. There was literally no traffic. Like, she was the only car in
i'm
that
talking
Southern,
i'm
let's be
spot.
talking
honest though.
about the
Southern,
ice officers.
Southern, let's be honest. Come on now. Like, and again, was she really trying to get out of there peacefully? Like, be honest. Like, I mean, again,
I think she was waving the cars around her while also having her car in reverse, and her wheels were turned away from him. She was trying to move around the people. When they got out of the vehicle and started coming towards her, she turned her wheels away. He
correct.
stepped in front of the vehicle
So
and he pulled his weapon.
why did she feel the need to block the road in the first place?
Well, because I think she was trying to protest. But I don't think that that gave them a right to unalive her.
No,
But
I agree. I don't think so
no,
either.
but
Personally, I
that's
don't.
not why
So
she got unalive, was because she was trying to protest and her car was you are not allowed to use your car to block traffic. You're not allowed to do that. It's not a citizen can't just jump in your car and say, I'm just going to stop
Well,
traffic right here.
I
That's
definitely agree.
illegal.
I agree with that, but I also believe that there were so many other ways to handle the situation, and
And I could agree
the
with that.
the shot that was fired into the side of her vehicle, he was not in danger at that point. And the shot that he fired in the front, apparently what I've heard is not the ones that unalived her. It was the ones that were fired from the side inside of her open side
Guys,
window.
we see exactly what we see. When he fired the shots at her, made her more dangerous.
Yes.
We can't close her. Like, that was the most dangerous part of
Know
this
that though,
entire.
chef, because you don't
Come
know
on,
what was
Zuko, don't do
going in her
that.
mind.
so
Zuko, you can't do that because
No,
the
what he's
car.
trying to say.
Okay, I want you to do one thing. And I know I don't want you to do this actually, but go put your car in drive and close your eyes. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But or yeah, either do go in the car and close your eyes and then compare that to somebody who's intentionally driving into a crowd of people. You know, which one's more dangerous? I don't know.
But what
how?
if
So
what if someone else had walked in front of that vehicle after she had been pew-pewed at and her foot was on the accelerator? Other people could.
That's horrible. Agreed. But it could also, that same exact thing could happen if she was intentionally driving into a crowd of people. You
Why
can't
didn't he
assume.
aim for her tires? And why, after she was unalived, did he call her an effing B?
guys, one thing
That's
I want to say
uncalled
though, because
for.
I heard
I'll
this a
tell you, that's
bunch of
Horrible.
uncalled
times.
for.
One thing I want to say, I've heard this a bunch of times. That officer shot to unalive, point blank.
Yes.
Period. There's no.
Yes.
Why did he shoot for the tires? Have you not seen what happens in Los Angeles and all these fucking real life situations? A car with a blown tire is still just as dangerous. Like,
So
if you
police are trained not, they don't shoot a tire. They are trained to, when you fire your weapon,
right, but
because you're in fear of your
I
life.
don't want to hear, oh, you should have shot the tires. You should have shot the hood. No. Because he is, and I'm sorry, just like she's a dumbass for not, giving herself up, and that's my opinion, he is an asshole for opening up like that. Okay? But the point of the matter is that don't say, oh, he should have shot. One lady comes in a couple days, oh, they should have put the fucking, they should have did this, they should have did that. Guys, no. That motherfucker's intention was to unalive her, and he did.
Yes.
Like, I mean, Zuko, it's, again, he's trained for it, sure. But guess what? He also probably not trained to stand in
Can
front
we
of a
get rid
dangerous.
of Prince in here? Because he's just said, Zuko, I'm going to find you.
Who said
Like,
that? You have the
Prince.
right to do that.
Oh, I'm like, can we not threaten people, please? That's not.
Yeah, it's just a debate, guys. And again, it could be frustrating because people see it one side versus the other. But let's just keep it. Let's just keep it a buck. Like, this is literally what we're doing, and like.
And I actually wanted to say to what Jessica was saying earlier, like, that's a conversation that I am all about having. Like, I am all for talking about what they should and should not be able to do legally. Like, I agree. I agree that they should not have as much power as they have. So like I can get all over that conversation, but like, you know, I'm just talking about
But when he aimed that inside the window, he was not at that point in fear for his life. He was angry with her, and
Yeah.
he did
well,
those
that's what they're going to
shots
have to
out of
prove.
anger.
That's something that they're going to have to prove or disprove. Like that's your opinion, but we can't prove that right now. Like what if he was
Uh,
angry or if he was, because we're not in his side of
Well,
his
there's nothing
head.
to
So they
prove.
have
JD
the.
already said he's getting full immunity and nothing's going to happen about it. But anyways, I love it. We have Southern Blessing here. Thank you for being patient. And I apologize for the wait, but go ahead. The floor is yours. Southern, do you know you're up here? Southern Blessings.
No, I'm sorry.
You're fine. Would you like me to drop you?
Yes, please.
You're welcome. No problem. Sorry. We have Shannon. Thank you for being patient. Sorry for the wait. The floor is yours. Shannon, do you know you're up here?
Pardon?
Do you know you're up
I
here?
do.
Okay, go ahead.
I do. So, the one thing about this situation that keeps coming back to me is we all keep saying she should have abided by the law. But what do we say when it's, like, I mean, let's flip the situation. When it's true crime, what do we say about the people that break the law? Do we necessarily want the same thing to happen to them? I mean, yes, there are cases that I certainly we want that. But don't we want to take them into custody and we want to see the justice served out in the end? That's where I keep going back to is the justice on both sides here was, I mean, yeah, she should have listened. I agree. But here's the other thing. Did he exceed what his limits were too? And that's where I keep going back to. Both sides were wrong.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, why? Like, if that didn't happen and people were think that what she did was illegal and she should be held accountable for her actions, then if she were still here, then maybe she'd be facing some charges or something, and it wouldn't be like a life lost. And you know, like, of course, like that would be the better scenario here if we could choose. You know.
Yeah. And again, like I said, unfortunately, like it's just I hate to say it, man. Maybe these people are just educated on what they want to be educated on, but damn, man, not today, man. Listen, I used to be one of them other efforts that would, you challenge anybody. But now where I am, we have a outbreak of 15 to 18-year-olds pew-pewing grown ass adults for no good reason but home invading my house. You know what I mean? Back in the day, I had to wring someone's neck, but now it's like I don't want to lose my life and not be with my family over this is type of stuff. It's just sad. But if people think that a message was sent by this, guys, we've seen this firsthand. Nothing is going to change after this incident. That's the other part.
I agree.
Like, like I don't want to talk about other people and this and that, but like we see it firsthand. Are you guys not listening when we tell you, like, listen, like we're at an all-time high with people taking, maybe even law enforcement, giving a little bit too much. Give it up, man. It's not fucking worth it. That's what they want you to go. Just fucking go, man. Let them through. What are you really trying to protect? Because now it's almost like you're selfish in a sense, because look at all your loved ones that you've left behind now.
Amen.
Right.
I don't know, man. I mean,
And I'm not saying, if we were in that situation, I mean, is that something that I would do? Would I pull my car out in the middle of a road and protest in that way? No, I wouldn't. Was she not making the best decisions? No, she wasn't. But her actions didn't justify what happened to her.
Well, here's the thing, too, guys. This all happened in under 40 seconds. We're sitting back and we're analyzing it frame by frame, minute by minute. we are looking at, oh, this person could have been thinking this, or this
That's a
person
good point.
could have been thinking that. But this all happened in under 40 seconds. These were split second decisions made by both parties.
Well,
That's a
and
really good point.
right,
I mean, I
and
don't know how much I agree to that because, like, how long were they telling her to move? And, you know, before that, it was a lot more than 40 seconds. So my
No,
thing,
no. If you go play the original video, at the original speed, it's all under 40 seconds. The whole thing is under 40 seconds.
so but how long was she blocking the road? Is my point.
Oh, she was there a minute and a half before ICE even left to stop up the road.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just thinking to myself, like, what did you like? Now you got them coming at you by you blocking the road. Why are you blocking the road?
Right.
Are you and even though, and again, and I know I'm gonna get people, yes, guys, people still were getting by. Yes, I've seen it myself. I saw the videos. People were still maneuvering around, so they could have too. But not for nothing. You like, what did you think was gonna happen when you're going against these agents?
Well, here's where I am, right? Because my heart and my head are fighting each other. As a mother, as a daughter, as a wife, you know, I sympathize with the fact that this woman is no longer here, right? I can have
Yep,
sympathy
you're in
for
trouble.
her.
Right. Because God forbid something, a brand not like their makeup
And
or something.
then my
Hey,
brain is
Morgan, you don't ever
telling
have no
me,
business because you don't have any customer service.
Sorry, guys. Can you who's talking right now? Nina, do you know you're up here? Hold on. Sorry, I'm gonna drop her. She probably doesn't know she's up here. Sorry, whoever was talking, I apologize. You guys, if you could just
that's
carry
okay.
on.
That's okay. And my brain is telling me that had she just stayed home, right? And then now today, I think the more that comes out, obviously we're going to get more information. But, you know, she was the first car. So the car she let through, or the two cars she let through, were to block ICE further. So she was just the first car in the blockade for
Right.
them to get from point A to point B.
And to piggyback off of this, like I just wanted to put something into perspective because the situation most of us haven't been in before. But if you could imagine, say you were like at a sport event for your kid, like at a baseball game or something, and a car, and they usually have police officers there, and if a car pulled up and blocked the road like that, like the police officer's there doing a job. He's securing the area for the event. It's like, so if a car pulls up and blocks the road like that, they have to respond. They can't just ignore it. Like people are like, well, you know, she wasn't even hurting anybody. Why did you even go up to the car? Like it was not justified for them to go up to the car. They don't have the right to do that. She was blocking she's not allowed to block the road and obstruct what they need, the area that they are responsible to secure. They have to secure the area. They went over, you know, so I just wanted to, you know, if somebody did that at a parking lot at a baseball game, nobody would be questioning why the police went over and said, you need to move, you need to move. And then if they started driving and the same thing happened, I don't think people would be as quick to criticize it, you know? Like at the end of the day, they have to protect themselves so that they
well,
can perform their job.
so if you were at a baseball game and you were blocking someone's way and you were trying to figure out how to get out of there because they were all around your car, it would be okay for them to pull a weapon and you wouldn't be scared and try to drive away.
If you put your car in, that they didn't pull the weapon before she put her car in drive and drove off. So if they say, if you're surrounded by police officers who are telling you, get out of the vehicle, get out of the vehicle, get out of the vehicle, and they instead put their car in drive, then yeah, you know,
Her
that at that
car
point,
was in drive the whole time. She
No, it
didn't just
wasn't. It was in
No, it
reverse.
wasn't. She went in reverse
It
first.
was in reverse.
Well, she reversed because she reversed so she could move her wheels to
That's you
No.
go
thinking
forward.
for
Okay,
her.
time
That
out,
No.
was
guys.
you
Time
I
out.
thinking
Time
had
out.
for
Time out.
her.
Time
to.
out. We're not gonna do this. First and foremost, Big Brown, how you doing, sir?
I'm
Hope you're
well.
having a fantastic day, a blessed day. I'd love your opinion on this. And
Yeah.
again,
I've
this is
lived it.
Me
yeah,
too.
yeah. If you guys could just go on mute, I want to get Almighty's opinion on this. And like I say, if you guys are going to come off mute, be disrespectful, I'm going to drop you. So let's just give everybody an opinion. Big Brown, was this incident justified or not?
Absolutely.
Okay, and you're saying that because you're saying that when they tell you to pull over, get out, stop, listen, even if you don't necessarily agree, just get out and do what they're telling you to do. And the fact that they did it, now they have the right to take action.
Well, there's a few steps in between. In between there, you can see that someone did approach the vehicle and tried to talk to her and tell her what to do. She ignored him, went in reverse. And then once you go right at someone, absolutely.
So do you believe that it was excessive force though?
No.
No.
I've had someone come at me. I've got hit by a car before. And the only reason why the same outcome didn't happen is they were coming a lot faster at me, so I wasn't able to get the weapon out, or I would have done the same thing. And
Okay.
it would have been everything in my clip would have been in that window.
Okay. Barney, what's up, man? Long time no talk.
What's the deal, big dog? Happy
How you
New
doing,
Year.
man? Long time.
I'm great, and yourself? Hey,
I'm good. I'm
everybody.
good,
Happy
man.
New
Nice
Year.
to see you
Happy
around.
Saturday.
Yeah. How you doing, man? What's your thoughts on this situation?
Honestly, just after hearing the guy that just spoke, I'm leaning toward more what he's saying in agreement. I actually understand both sides. I do believe that it was excessive, and I also do believe that she was in the wrong, because if they are, or if they did tell her or was speaking to her and telling her not to enter or whatever it was, giving her some orders, she should have followed them. And at the end of the day, they have orders to follow as well. And I mentioned in the comments, law enforcement and military, they're trained to unalive, not really
Right.
to de-escalate problems.
Yeah.
And we
Correct.
know that already. So the best thing to do, the best advice, suggestion is not challenge these people.
Facts. Yep.
Do not challenge them at
Facts.
all.
I say it all the time,
With
bro.
all this stuff going on, why are people still challenging these individuals? It doesn't
Thank
make
you.
any sense at all. Get out the way.
Like the
Just
way
get
I
out
look
the
at this,
way.
Barney,
You
I'm not
see them, get out the way.
I
Go in
agree
the other
with.
direction.
like the way
I
I look
don't
at this,
care if it's
Barney.
taking you out of your direction, but it's better to go out of their direction than to be going in their direction, because all they need is just any excuse to do whatever they want to do. And that's where we at right now.
Facts.
They
Exactly.
are ready to do whatever the hell they want to do.
And the thing is, Bernie, it's like they're not living
Unfortunately.
our type of lifestyles if they don't, because we see it on the other side from different communities, how these people, if you even want to see how they are taking, excessive force and this and that, it's just not worth it. Like,
It's
again,
not.
that's why I will still stick. Like, I'm going to tell you straight up. I still think, and I've been saying this from the beginning, I'm like, I literally gave my opinion pretty much what your opinion is. But I will say, in my opinion, I do believe that they were both wrong. And why do I
Right.
say they
I
were both
agree.
wrong? I
I
believe they
agree.
were both
I
wrong
totally agree.
because, they tell you to fucking pull over, get out, obey. Now,
Right.
me personally, I didn't think that she was as a threat as much as he's claiming her to be. I agree. He felt that way because he was previously hit and maybe his, tail went up. But now the way I look at the situation, Barney, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, is after he unalived her, he made her more dangerous than when she put that car in drive. We all watched the same video. There could have
Right.
been pedestrians, children playing there. When she went unconscious there, she now is in state of that car literally was driven by nobody.
I'm on.
Right.
I'm in.
Right.
But what about when we've seen a person in a van driving a parade of people? Is it the
Here's
same
the
thing?
thing. Here's the thing. We seen that happen with intent. We don't know intentionally she was going to put that car in drive.
But they have to assume that she is. The law enforcement is going to assume that she is using her car as a weapon at that point. Is that right,
Or
Big
no,
Brown?
Probably.
Yes.
or
It's a
I assume
probability.
it, or I
It's a
can assume it
probability.
as now he wants me to physically get out of here. I'm leaving.
Right.
But they never said that. They told her to get out of the car.
Right, Big Brown. I get it. I 100% agree. Yes,
The
they
one
did, and that's why I think.
the one point you're missing
Go ahead.
is the number one priority is that you go home today, meaning that cop. That's what is in his mind. He sees someone that is trying to kill him.
That's my
And
mindset.
the most important thing I said every day, I'm going home.
Exactly.
And
I'm
if
I'm
she
leaving.
puts
I'm walking
herself
out
in
this
that
door. I'm coming back.
situation, which she did, she was out there blocking, they're going on a mission that they're supposed to go on. She goes out
Right.
of her way to block them. So now there's that vehicle that has several officers in it, and this guy's coming from the other way. They're trying to get to their goal, and
I'm not
she
good
gets in
enough.
front of them. She knew what she was doing. So that's mistake number one. Mistake number two, she didn't listen to their orders. She backed up, and there was a cop back there too. And then she guns it right at that guy. So I don't see
What do you mean she
any.
guns it right at that guy? Because I missed that part.
She
No, she
she
didn't.
gunned the vehicle at him, meaning she sped right up, right
The
at him.
tire spun, yeah.
No, she didn't. Her wheels were turned in the opposite direction of him.
I saw the video. And
So did I.
when you're standing 20 feet in front of a vehicle and it lunges at you like that, it's called gunning it at you.
Yeah, and again, back to the one lady's point there. When everything's happening, I guess in 40 seconds. I mean, the cop might have felt the type of way. I personally, Big Brown, and again, we can respectfully disagree, and we're still going to be buddies after this. In my opinion, honestly, I just believe that the way I looked at it like shit. She knew it was now like you're all big and bad until you're not, and now this cop is excessively trying to rip me out of the car. I'm out of here. I'm out of here so fast that shit, I don't even realize my wife is trying to get in the car, and I fucking took off with her too. I took off. I could have. I took off without grabbing her. My thing is just like, I don't know, man. The wheels, my intention is this: if she was trying to hit him, I don't think she would have turned her wheels.
The wife was screaming, "Drive, baby, drive. Go, baby, go," through the
She
open back
knew.
window.
It was scary. It got scary.
Go.
And mind you, there was a dog inside the car too. So I don't know. It's just, I think everybody was just in panic mode. The officer probably was too, of his trauma from the prior events, her turning her wheel, and he just reached at, and I also was looking at how his partners backed up, but then he shot. So what is the policy when there is a fleeing car? Somebody had brought it up. So
It
there's a
wasn't
policy
fleeing
for
though.
that.
Fleeing means it's going away.
Fleeing or leaving, because supposedly they were also telling her to leave. So is it that she was fleeing, or she following orders to leave?
No, they
There's
were
just a
telling the
lot of back and
bystanders
forth.
on the street to leave. There were bystanders that had crowded the street. You guys forget this operation was right down the road. There was a group of people there to protest the operation they were there to do. They were also trying to manage the people on the road.
Well, and they were giving her several different directions. They were telling her to get out of the car. They were telling her to move her car. And at the end of the day, after she had been unalived, I don't think she was unalive at the moment, but the physician that walks up to try to render care to her was not allowed to render any sort of medical care. And then for the officer to call her an F and B after he did that
Right.
is horrific.
Hmm.
Horrific.
Well, we
Like
don't.
That's
I
what make
that
me
yeah.
feel like
I
it
mean,
was
but
intentional.
that's the least of our worries.
But
Yeah,
his response though, Chef, his response, it makes me
They
feel
could use
like
it.
his act was intentional.
but we don't even
Exactly.
know if that was the officer who said
Oh my
those words.
God.
Well,
Amnesty, I have a
but we
question
just
for you.
agreed. We just agreed that the act was intentional because at the end of the day, like the gentleman said, his mentality is, yo, I'm going home tonight, and if you're gonna try
Exactly.
to take me out in the process,
Exactly.
I'm going home tonight. You're not.
But
Is it
I have
the
a question for the officer on the panel. Amnesty, are you the officer?
Yep.
So I have a question for you. So we all know that he shot 3 times, correct?
It broke up.
After when he shot the first time,
pew pew? Sorry, ma'am. Can we
oh,
just say
pew
pew
pew,
pew?
I'm sorry. When
You're
he
fine.
pew pewed the first time, then he got hit. So the following 2 shots, when you get hit, see now I have been hit by a car, so I know your body tenses for impact, right? The
Right.
2 shots following, could they have been reflex shots?
No.
No? Okay.
Usually you're trained to just keep going.
Gotcha.
That's why I said there would have been 16 from mine.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You keep going till the threat stops, and that means the vehicle.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yep.
But you said okay, but you saying 16, you emptying the whole clip.
Absolutely.
You have intentions to empty your whole clip. The
Yeah.
incident, the incident may not even take for you to empty your whole clip. You see what's wrong with your
You're
mindset
gonna
right
make
there,
that
though?
decision. You're gonna make that decision in 3 seconds, or you're gonna keep going until it stops. I'll tell you the very first video that I saw in the academy that they
Like I
show you.
said, law enforcement and military are trained to unalive,
Exactly.
not de-escalate. Right. So your
That's
intention is automatically to unalive.
my intention is,
Once
like
you
I
draw
said,
your weapon, once you draw your weapon, your unintention is unalive, and
stop the threat.
your
That's my
intention to
intention. It's called
unalive is
stop the
part of
threat.
protecting yourself, which is
You could
totally
keep saying it.
understandable.
It's
But
stop the
y'all,
threat.
but y'all have
One at a time,
intentions
guys. Sorry,
to
one at a time.
unalive, and that's not right.
I never
Regardless of
said
the
that. Did I
situation,
say that?
regardless of the situation, though. But
Yes, you
what I'm
Well,
did.
saying,
hold on.
No, I
the
didn't.
You
fact
Regardless
that
said
I'm
empty
stating
the
is law
clip.
enforcement
I
and
don't know.
Oh
military are
God!
trained to kill,
Don't put
are
words in
trained
my
to
mouth.
unalive American
I
citizens.
did not say that. That
I
never
didn't
came
say
out of
you
my mouth.
did. I didn't say you did, sir. I'm just stating a fact. If
It's not a
people
fact.
don't know why it is not a fact.
You are trained and taught to stop the threat. There's a big difference.
You're
That is
also
not true.
trained to de escalate the situation.
That,
And
Yeah, they
walking up to
tried.
her
They
car and
tried.
trying to open up her doors on both
Yep, they
sides,
tried.
she was scared to death.
Yeah, she wasn't scared of that. She put herself in that situation.
I also wanted to say to that, like, when we're talking about protests, you're in your right to protest. You're not in your right to obstruct a roadway or whatever mission they were carrying out that day. You can protest. You can stand on the sidewalk with as many signs, megaphones, bells as you want. You cannot go and you have no it blows my mind that people think that
But
you're gonna win
you're
against an
also
ICE
not,
agent.
that
It's like you're
doesn't give them
starting
a
it's
right
like you're
to
hold
Guys,
on,
guys, hold
just
on.
let
We
me
don't do
finish.
that. This
Just
is
let me
not how
finish.
we conduct business around here. We're not going to talk over each other, please. We're going to give your opinions and whatever. And Zuko, land your plane and then respectfully go on mute. And we're going to jump to the next person, please. Thank you.
Okay, so I was just saying, like, if you're going out there in the middle of what they're trying to do with your vehicle to prevent them from continuing, that's different than protesting. So you can't do that. You're not going to win in that situation ever. You're never going to win. You're never going to by yourself go and stop. If police are raiding a home, you can run up there and say, hold your hands up and say, get out of my way. You're not going to raid my home, and you're going to get hurt. So, that's
But yo, please don't tell me though. Please don't tell me she was scared. She wasn't scared. You're not scared because I will say you knew exactly what you were doing when you put yourself in that situation. You cannot
We
like you
go
cannot be
through.
scared. You cannot be scared. Like there's no way you were scared. You knew what you were doing when you put yourself in this situation. Did it come to reality what possibly could happen? Fuck. Yes, shit. Unfortunately, she was. She it did. She lost her life. But realistically, I would have left my car there if I wanted to block the road, get out of it, and carry on.
I agree.
I agree. I personally, in this time and day, wouldn't have. I'm from Miami. There's a lot of immigrants and Cubans and mixed culture out here. And I have immigrant parents. But me personally, seeing how things are, I wouldn't have gotten in the middle of whatever's going on. Like Chef said, I would have left my car if, let's say she just got there and then her car is like, whatever, how, I don't know how her car got in
The
that situation,
but
but I
you know
wouldn't
what
have been out there.
you
It's
know what
hard
the
to,
problem
it's
too
scary to
is.
protest nowadays.
You know what the problem too is regardless of what she thought she was doing wasn't gonna change the fact because had they have gotten by there and she thought she was gonna stop them from their operation down the street, they still would have did something to her. You know what I'm trying to say? So in the end,
Yeah,
it's not worth losing your life.
I agree with you 100%. Unfortunately, we could protest and try to protect and make sure these officers, I mean, ICE agents are doing their job right without abusing their power. But you also got to keep in mind, you got to protect yourself because everybody's emotions are heightened and they're trained with whatever they're trained with to probably see these are criminals. You guys need to be on alert, train. You gotta just hey, you could keep an eye out from the distance, get their information. Like I've seen those videos. Hey, you can't do that, but get in the middle of it. It's I wouldn't personally be doing that. I don't know if
Exactly.
she was
Like
there to block the car to protest, or I know she was dropping off her son at school and then coming home. So I don't know if that's where that whole situation happened. If she was in the middle of parking her car, or she literally just drove her car there to block the road. That's the question I need an answer for because that's a big
So
question
There's
right
a
there for
video
me.
on CNN that shows clearly her pulling up from the operation and sitting there letting her wife out of the car to tape what was coming. I mean, there's a video on CNN that clearly shows what her intentions were.
listen, but unfortunately, sometimes don't try to be the big dog because the little dog will bite you too, man. And the problem is,
Right.
I'll be the fucking guy to go put my car and block off this road. Watch me do it.
right,
Well,
Right.
guess what?
Right.
exactly.
Where are we watching you
And
now?
I'm
Right.
Exactly. That
Oh,
was
you
my
know,
point.
I know those type of people.
they probably
Guess what? I was once that person. I was one. Oh, you motherfucker! I'll fucking do this. No problem. Yo, clear the fucking way. I'll put my car there because I'm the fucking big. Like, no, guys. Like, it's not. It's not. No, 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 no. Please,
Not
no.
worth it. It's not worth it.
and she probably felt safe because she's like, oh, I'm an American citizen. They're gonna be careful with me or whatever. I
Nah, it
have a
don't
feeling
matter.
maybe that's why she
It don't
inserted
matter.
herself. If that's the case, that she blocked the car like that, maybe she felt, you know,
She just took that energy that she had to instead of do that to go about it the right way, like
Right.
get change work on changing the rule, changing the laws that you don't like, work on electing people that you feel are going to represent your ideas, stand over there, get grouped together and protest peacefully. Like that's what no we're all for that. Everyone here I think can agree,
Yeah.
everybody's all for that.
Let me
But
ask you a question, guys. Even ICE, for example, right? At the end, what did they accomplish that day? Was their mission set out to be
Hey, we don't know.
successful?
We don't know. Hey, some of them could have had intentions on knocking somebody down that day. We don't even know.
No, what my point is, the only thing
Oh,
that really
okay.
happened that day, Barney, was
Yeah.
someone lost their life. You see what I'm trying to
Right.
say?
No,
So
I see what you're saying, but I'm just thinking more into it. Like
yeah.
they really probably had intentions on doing that, but to honestly like answer your question though, like nothing was accomplished.
Apparently, some are saying that they did
So what did
still
they
pull some
accomplish?
arrests that day. I'm not sure. I'm just saying, and also I'm also learning that it doesn't matter because it's not right. It doesn't matter. It's not right. They are not. They shouldn't. They should. Nobody should lose their life. Point blank. Period. However, what I'm hearing is this is also a group of people that piggyback off of ICE officials and try to stop for what they have going on.
Can I ask a question?
I'm so sorry you've been there so patiently waiting. Yes, you definitely can. What's
Feel
up,
free
Mel?
to
How you
drop
doing?
me if I'm going too off topic, though.
You're
But I
fine.
just
No,
want
you're
to
good.
hear
You're
from the
good.
group what your thoughts are on Trump's statement and the ICE officer being in the hospital, that he barely survived. I guess like my thoughts are just like we don't really have confidence and trust, and we feel that we should be protected by both police and by ICE agents, right? That they're supposed to be doing the right thing to protect our nation. But I think that the concern is that are we becoming too complacent because now we see what can happen. So I guess I'm just wondering like what people's thoughts are on his statement about being in the hospital and whether they
I
think
mean,
that's true.
yeah, that was. I feel like. Sorry, Barney. I'm just gonna mute you, buddy. Sorry. I feel like. I mean, that's a perfect like excuse. Obviously, that's a perfect excuse. I feel like. I mean, he was so quick to no. Like I don't know if you guys watched the same video that I did, but if you notice in the silver SUV, he really had no issue getting into that vehicle. And I mean, Almighty, if you could elaborate on this, why did they feel the need to leave the scene so fast?
That's a good question. Amity?
He might be busy. Here, let me switch up his box for a sec. He's probably out. Oh, you were just
Maybe it was to
Big Brown.
drive
Come
them
back.
stuff
Sorry,
to
I
the
thought you were.
hospital,
Sorry, I apologize.
quote
Big
unquote.
Brown, come back. I thought you were working and I dropped you by accident. Come back. Mark, I see you in the comments. If you want to come up and give your opinion, I'd love to hear you. Mark from Boston.
Another thing I'll say too is like as we've seen now that these protests have broken out in Minnesota, we are seeing ICE agents being attacked with snow, and I mean there are other people that are challenging them way harder than Renee was in that car, and so
Yeah,
I don't know
unfortunately, that's we kind of figured that was going to happen, though. You know what I mean? Like we've seen this before. That's what I'm
right.
saying.
So
Like,
do those people deserve to be unalived as well?
no, absolutely not. Nobody deserves to be unalive.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
No,
No,
but I
I
get
would
her
not.
point, though. I know she
I
obviously she
wouldn't say
doesn't
it
I
think
either.
do
so.
too, but I wouldn't say that. I would
Yeah.
Didn't say nobody should be unalive because I always go right to like a mass pew pewing. Like you want that person to be unalived. Like
Okay, I stand corrected. I apologize.
But no one as an ICE agent wants to go to work every day and have rocks and bricks and snowballs thrown in their faces either.
Yeah, but nobody still deserves to be unalive
No, I agree
because of
with you,
that.
but there has to be some civility
No,
in our
I'm just
street.
saying for people who do feel that way.
Well, why don't we look up some stats? How many police officers were unalive last year versus how many protesters?
Yeah.
That would have made everyone here happy if he just let himself get run over? Then it would have been okay because she was scared.
And
I'm
where
not
do we
saying
draw
that.
the
I'm
line
just
on
saying
I know you're
nobody
not saying it, but
deserves.
No,
there's
no, he's
people
just
on
talking
this
out
panel
loud.
saying it.
Barney, he's just talking out loud. He's just talking out loud.
There's people on this panel saying it.
where do we draw the line of protest too, guys? Like, yeah, standing in the street or standing on the sidewalk holding signs, blowing whistles, great, right? But blocking bridges, impeding traffic, throwing things at officers, that's not protesting.
Right. And I fully agree with that. And I think, and who are you going to call when you're in trouble? You're going to call the police to protect you, right? So you can't be on both sides and say, oh, I'm against the police and then, or ICE, well, two different situations, but you know what I mean? I get frustrated with people who kind of teeter on both
Yeah,
sides.
if you're in a situation where your own life is threatened, you're gonna hope and pray that a police
Right.
officer is gonna come and save your life. Like, and maybe that means unfortunately unaliving another person, but it saved your life, you know? So that
Right.
happens every day too. That
You
I
want to
just,
look
but I
up
think when it
something?
comes to ICE, though, I think we're just, as civilians, at least that's how I feel. I feel like, are they abiding by the law? And so I think that's where the line is being stepped over, and why us Americans are willing to step up and threaten and question, because we feel like they're not following the rules. So then
But
where is
when
that boundary, you know?
but
But
when has
unfortunately,
their job been able to be done without being impeded by the public?
Unfortunately, a public has to be witness because there has been many times where people who work as ICE agents abuse their power and use excessive force. There was a owner of a car wash that he was literally, I think he was in the hospital and he made a sue against them, but his bones were fractured, broken, and all of that. And he was just asking, "What are you guys doing here?" Whatever, and excessive force. They threw him on the floor twice. So there has to be witness and some kind of accountability against people who abuse their power.
and I agree, and I think that the problem I have with ICE in this situation was that if the state is saying we don't want ICE here, I don't think the president should send them in there anyway. Like if the state and the elected officials there are like, you know, representing their state and they don't want them there, then like that's what kind of bothers me. Like,
Well, but then you get into federal versus state law, and where do we then stop enforcing immigration law? Why don't we get rid of immigration laws altogether then?
Yeah, guys, we're kind of going into the whole political side of things here. Let's get back to the topic at hand here. We have some new panelists. And if I drop you, it's not. Please don't don't feel
you
like
could
it's a
drop me
disrespect.
down. You could
Yeah,
drop me
please
down.
don't think it's a
me too.
disrespect. I'm just
Me
trying
too.
to
Thank you.
flush out the panelists here.
You can drop me as well.
We have the
If
one,
you
the
could drop
only.
me, sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. We have the one, the only Mock.
What's up, guys? Happy
I
New
love.
Year.
I'd always hold
Happy
on. I
New
gotta
Year,
make sure
Mock.
LS is in the building.
Happy
LS,
New-
are you here? You know, the ladies, if they don't hear your voice once a month, they get all cranky. So
I love
it's
Zuko, and I like Big Brown, but
yes.
I totally disagree. I am pro police, but I'm looking at this specifically. What happened? Okay, I'll be honest. There's no doubt that she wanted to impede them for doing their job, but they're professionals, and they're supposed to be above that. So what I found out is that
We are not above going home
Hey,
every
hey, hey,
night.
let me
hold on.
finish.
He doesn't interrupt anybody. Don't interrupt him, please. That's not how we do things around here.
Yeah. So now this particular ICE officer went around the vehicle, and Big Brown knows, and everybody knows, he should not have been in front of that vehicle. He is trained not to be in front of that. He's not supposed to get emotional like the woman and her wife. He's not trained to be emotional. He is supposed to, poor guy's already been hit. He's supposed to be stepping away from the vehicle. He chose not to do that. So here's a guy with a phone. He's supposed to be a professional police officer, and he's got a phone, and he pulls out his gun. That she was taking a right. I saw the video. Now she panicked, and she maybe shouldn't have left. But he's the professional. He was not hit head on. He was to the side. He was nudged, and he overreacted, especially the second and third shot. You see him shooting in the window as she's driving away. That's inexcusable. So the way I look at it, he has some culpability here too.
I would agree 100% with you, and I do up until the point of when she drove away. Like what Big Brown was saying before, is they are now looking at that as her as acting with a weapon. Like they have to look at her as dangerous at that point. So that they're stop in order to stop the threat, they have to stop
They're
her.
not, but they're trained to judge the situation. He knows he's on the side. He's not in front of her. Please, we all look at the
No,
video.
I mean like after Like, okay, so his life wasn't in danger, but once she passed them and kept driving, whoever was in front of her car, they basically have to act like
No,
that's the
Zuko,
threat.
forgive me. He's trained, and they're all trained, and Big Brown's trained not to shoot at a vehicle because it's now a weapon itself, and other people get hurt. That second
Okay.
and third shot was just totally unjustified, and Big Brown knows that.
I'm going to piggyback off of you, Mark, my boyfriend. And I don't say this as a flex because anybody dating someone in law enforcement is not necessarily a flex anymore, but he's been in law enforcement for 27 years. Thank you for what you do. But my question ultimately at the beginning of the video, I want to know what happened right before everyone started videoing. What happened for the ICE agents to walk up to her vehicle? Like they literally, you can see the vehicle park, they get out and walk up to her. What, and I'm not blaming her. I'm not blaming her for what happened ultimately. What happened for it to escalate to that position?
That piggybacks on what I was going to ask.
But
Well,
a lot
she
of people,
did,
and go
but
ahead. I'm sorry.
vehicles, she was impeding it to a point, but vehicles were getting by. So
Absolutely.
they should have stopped and said, okay, we're getting by. Do we want to stop right now and create a disturbance that could get out of hand, or can we just go by her? And they had that option, but they chose to stop. And you saw the way he came out aggressively. So everything was escalated. And I'm looking at the video now from the police officer with the camera and a gun out. Talk about unprofessional.
Absolutely.
And you can see her more calm than him.
I didn't know that was the phone, Mark. I thought it was a body cam.
No, he literally has a phone. I'd like to have Big Brown, who I admire very much, and he was totally right on the Karen Reed case. I want him to defend that a police officer, a professional police officer, should first of all be in front of a vehicle and then take a phone out
The
and then
phone is
decide to take his gun out. How can you be your
Mark,
mindset
Mark, do
be?
you think, Mark, do you think, and Big Brown's gonna request it when he's, I know he's probably working, but Big Brown's gonna request when he's able to. Do you think, and now hear me out, do you think that they are trained deliberately to stand in front of the threat, knowing that when it becomes a severe threat, now they have the right and opportunity to do exactly what that officer did, was to pew her?
No, because if you look at their protocols, their procedures in Homeland Security, they are trained never to get in front of a vehicle. They are
Okay, that
trained.
no, I'm just
Yeah,
asking that question because I
yeah.
don't even know.
No,
I'm being honest.
no,
I
and I'm not making that up.
no, you're fine.
They're trained not to get in front of a vehicle.
Can I?
Okay,
I'm
He
and
about to
he
throw.
walked towards the back of it too, and then recorded the license plate. I don't know if that was his intention, if he didn't have body cam on him,
Big
but I
Brown,
think that's what
request
he
up.
was
Sorry.
doing. That's what he was doing. It was to record the license plate, and the wife says, "Oh, don't worry, we don't change our license plates. It'll be the same tomorrow."
right.
So that's what I
Right.
think his original intention was. I don't know if he was trying to record that or just the entire scene, and then he walked her all the way back around. Anyways.
So
Yeah, but
here's
when
Because
my
you
they're not
question.
Minnesota plates.
I'm going to
pull
throw
your
a
gun
big.
out, the phone should not be. He should just drop the phone. That's making his mind. He's not thinking clearly. I got a
Right.
phone and
And
now
he
I got a
switched
gun.
hands too.
Let me
Yeah, I
throw a
mean,
huge wrench into this, y'all. And I want to hear your opinion on this, Mark and Big Brown, whatever they call you. I'm sorry. I looked up his prior case, the incident that happened with him prior. I've already explained that I think that he shouldn't have been there if he had an incident prior so soon. That was probably why he was so charged. In that incident, he used his taser to tase the person as he was driving away. Why didn't he do that here? Why was the GUN his first? I mean, you know that it goes in steps. You ask them to get out, they don't. Then you can remove them. Then you get your taser. I mean, you don't go to the last step first.
yeah. Can everyone agree by looking at? I'll calm down. Everyone looking at the videos. Can we
Yep.
all
See you later.
agree? Can we all agree that she did not step on the gas and shove it at him? You can see that she was taking a right. She really didn't have any momentum to even hit him. It was a nudge. And to me, you're just talking about it. I blame the managers of him to put him back in the field after what he went through. So you have a person that's been, scarred by a previous incident with a vehicle, and now he's trigger happy. And that's what it looks like to me. It looks like he was trigger happy.
I agree.
That's my opinion.
But they have to answer for every action that they make. Chef, you're muted.
Mark, you got what you wanted, and Big Breezy's back. So here you go.
Who? Big Brown?
Yeah.
No, listen, I admire him very
I know
much.
you do. I know you do. And again, guys, we can agree to disagree. We're all going to be friends after this. And if you're going to hold a grudge to this, I promise you, delete the app because that's very immature.
Yeah.
We're able to disagree on a topic and respectfully carry on for the next topic. And unfortunately, if you take it personal, then that's on you. But like that's not how we operate around here. We still love each other as much as we did before this topic.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say. So.
Jeff, I just wanted to respond to something he said. Can we agree that she didn't step on the gas?
No, I meant like
Look at the
she didn't.
picture,
She
the
didn't
third
gun
one
it.
down behind Chef. She definitely pressed on the gas.
He gunned it.
And that's why
I didn't
we're
mean it
seeing
that
the
way.
smoke.
I didn't mean it that way. I meant like, like, vroom, and just going right at someone. First of all, can everyone also agree that she turned her wheel to the right before he shot?
Yes.
She
Okay.
did, but I'll give
Doesn't
you
that
that.
say something to you? I mean, I understand. She shouldn't have been there. She shouldn't have been like, I'm going to be the hero and stop ICE from doing their job. But what I'm saying is they're trained to be better with this. And they could have gotten around her, and they were getting around her. They wanted to be big, tough guys, pull her out, and, and it just escalated. That's my opinion.
And
I
my
ask a
opinion
question?
is this day started out wrong. She went there with one intent to impede an investigation. The officer that was there should have never been there. He should not have been on the job still.
I mean, that's your opinion, though, respectfully, though.
That's what I said. These are my
that's your opinion.
opinions.
But
These are my opinions.
Right,
I'm not.
and I
My
agree with you. And
opinion
I told you
also
that
is
earlier,
when they
Jackie.
asked her to step out of the vehicle, she had the opportunity to de-escalate the situation and chose not to. My opinion. She chose to try to drive off.
But even if you give the officer the benefit of the doubt, and honestly, I will always play devil's advocate. Give the officer the benefit of the doubt, even though I don't think he deserves it. Sidebar. He's not going to be able to see her wheels and which way they're pointed. He's not
Correct.
going to. From where
I
he was
agree.
standing. I'll give him that. And if he can say in his heart that he felt like that first shot was okay because of that, I'll even give him that, even though I don't agree with it. How can you ever justify shots 2 and 3?
You can't.
Because at that point, the vehicle is going away from you. You've stepped out of the way. Too late, but you've stepped out of the way. How? How can you do it?
But again, if you're going to shoot once, you're going to shoot to unalive.
Oh, no,
Do you know how
that's
long
not.
it takes?
Yeah,
Do you know
Mark,
how
you
long it
actually
takes
are.
to
Because if you're going to go with the intention, she is a threat. Now it's game on. We gotta unalive her. We're trying to stop the threat.
What threat, Chef? Respectfully.
I understand. No, Mark. Listen. I'm with you. Listen
Okay.
to me. If you're in front of the car, right, and you're intentionally trying to hit the cop, you're making no movement to turn the wheels.
Right.
You're gonna keep your wheels straight. Duh. Why would I turn my wheels if she's here? Why am I wanting to go here? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So hold on. 1 second. So absolutely, I agree. But we got to stop saying this. We got to stop saying, shoot the tires. No, because if you still think she's a threat, shooting the tires is still going to make. You're not going to shoot all 4 tires. We know that. You're not fucking Chuck Norris. You're going to shoot 1 or 2 tires. She's still going to be dangerous, in my opinion. If you think that she's going to go start, bowling pin everybody. So now you're going to take her out.
Do we think that the first shot hit her and then he didn't get her and then he shot 2 more times? Or what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I hope
my thought is he shot to kill her. Excuse me.
No, but the first shot, do you think that he could see? And then once do you think that once the car kind of started to turn past him that he shot twice again in the way?
No, my thing is he's like, yo, if I got her with 1, maybe, but I probably got her now that I shot 3 times.
Well,
So
Chef, I think go ahead,
sorry.
guys. Go ahead.
My other thing is we don't know how he perceived that threat. We don't know if he perceived it as a dead or a unaliving threat towards him or not.
Jackie, come on now. Come on, don't do that. He perceived it as, you have to imagine he perceived it as a deadly threat. Or else, you know what? Or else, if not, or else if not, fucking put him in jail then.
That's
But
right.
and that's my opinion, Chef. He was not in front of the car. He was near to the side. It was a tap. It was a tap. He
But
was
he
Well,
tapped.
wait a
put
But
second
how
though.
himself.
did he perceive it?
You
Well,
That's the
don't.
wait a
question.
second too. This was a very fluid situation. When she started pulling forward, the officer was in motion to get to that side of the car. Again, you're talking about split seconds here.
Exactly. It was seconds.
Listen, I don't care. He's trained. Those second and third shots were an open window when he was out of harm's way. He has no right to continue shooting. His threat for her to him is over. He has no right. He has no right legally to shoot at a car leaving when he's not a threat and harming him has been eliminated. He
And
has
that
no legal right.
and that's very easy for you to say, sir. You weren't there in this very
I'm
fluid
looking at it.
situation.
I'm just saying, I'm looking. This is my opinion, of course. I'm seeing it.
I
I'm
miss
seeing the
Mark so
guy.
much.
Oh, no, I'm just
Feelings.
saying. I'm seeing a guy
Nothing
that was
but
nudged. I'm seeing a guy that was nudged.
feelings.
I'm seeing a guy that was
Where's
clearly
she
off
at?
her. He was away from the vehicle, and he shot second and third.
Listen, I just came up here. I don't talk politics. I don't talk this
There
bullshit.
she is.
But I just came to say, hi, Ma.
Hey guys, I love you. I'm sorry.
Hey, K Snap.
Yeah.
Hey.
I
Hey,
Hey,
thought
Big
you were
Mark's
coming to
Brown.
Mark's
give.
Mark's Mark's the guy, man. Like he's
The
he's
band
he,
is back, brother.
And I'm pro police. So Big Brown, don't you know I am. But I'm just saying, you got to take circumstances, and what I see is what I see. It's my opinion. I'm
Listen,
sorry.
just say hi, Kelly, so I can drop back down,
Hey
okay?
Kelly, I love
Hey
you.
Kelly, can
Love
you
you.
drop because they're starting to say hi snaps, and it's bothering me. So
Yeah. I don't
drop.
want it to be
Hurry up.
about me. Hey, guys, I'm going live at 3:15. Okay, bye.
All right.
I am gonna say something though. Even though my opinion is that it's justified, I'm listening to what Mark's saying, and a lot of it is starting to make a lot of sense.
Hey, can I say thank you for being open minded? Even if I disagreed with you or even you're changing, thank you for being open minded. It's called education and listening. Be open minded, people.
It's
You can
about
still have
time
your same
Blondie woke up on
opinion.
the right side of the bed. Holy smokes. Been waiting for this day.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, Pam, and I apologize because you've been there patiently waiting. But go ahead. Give your opinion on this. Was it justified or not?
Well, I can we back up? I
Sure.
just was it Mel? Somebody said something about the license plate and the wife talking about the license plate. That is not a Minnesota license plate. It looks like Colorado, and you have to have your license plate registered within 60 days in Minnesota. So I'm wondering if that was one of the initial things that was happening there.
No, not at all.
No?
This is and don't quote me on this. This is so and again, that's what I was told. The girlfriend or the wife is from there. She is originally from Wisconsin.
No, Colorado.
Colorado. Is it Colorado?
I thought it was Colorado. I'm actually 27 minutes from this
It is
incident.
Colorado. They had moved to Colorado or
I'm so
from
sorry.
Colorado.
I've been waiting to hear from friends because I do live close to this, and I'm waiting to hear from friends who actually saw what happened. I too would like to hear more details. Um, so was it justified? I think it's sad and scary. I'm staying away physically from all of those activities,
Right.
So I'd
especially
like to
since what
say
happened a few years ago in about 4 blocks away.
Tom Holman was on the news yesterday, and he said it is too early to have an educated opinion. Not all evidence is in yet. Tom Holman, the head of the Border Czar.
That should be the case. I don't know why people were so quick to come out with their opinions when they
Yes.
didn't.
And usually he has quite an opinion, so I was very impressed with the fact that he said it's too early to have an educated opinion.
Yeah.
I heard
And
they
people
moved to
keep,
I heard they moved to Canada and came back to America.
yeah, you should do the same. People keep saying that ICE are not law enforcement or they're not police officers. No, they're not police officers, but they're federal law enforcement officers. They don't operate under the same thing as police officers do, but they are law enforcement. That keeps going on in the chat. That was driving me nuts. Thanks.
Guys, just a
Thank
sidebar,
you.
just a real quick sidebar, and I apologize for this. A real quick sidebar. I know it's been brought to my attention. I know this 100%. So yes, just to go off topic, the Spencer and Monique Tappy case that we've been covering. Wild breaking news, and it's not really breaking because you guys have heard of it, I'm sure. The ex-husband has been arrested and charged. We are going to be covering that at 3:15 on K-Snaps' super cool studio panel. But yeah, so I know about it. You guys could definitely, like she'll definitely be covering it. I'm sure, undercovered, and all the our team is definitely getting the information together. So yes, we are well aware the ex-husband has been arrested. And yeah, like I said, this is gonna get spicy. So we are gonna cover that at 3:15 on K Snaps' channel. So if you guys ain't following K Snaps or myself, give us a follow now. There's 631 people in here. This is what we do regularly, as often as we can. Try to keep it as respectful as possible. And I thank you guys for actually doing that. I don't like those lives. I ran them many, many times. Get 8 people in boxes and cussing and this and that. It's really not, the style around here. And a lot of people don't really want to hear all the, I scream and yell enough. I don't think they want another 8 people doing that. So if you guys haven't sent your daily heart meat, please do so. It's literally the value of a penny. And if not, give us a follow. If you want to subscribe to the page or keep tapping the screen, everything is much appreciated. But yeah, we have some different opinions here. I'm sorry if I cut anybody off. If I did, continue to land your plane, and then I will be jumping to.
You can cut me. You can drop me down so you can bring somebody else up. I'm done.
Okay, Jackie, thank you. Pam, did you have anything else to add? Sorry, did I cut you off or
I
someone
have
else?
never been on a live before, so I don't know how to get down. But thank you for your time. I'm learning.
You're fine. You're fine, and thank you for supporting and coming up. And yeah, if you haven't followed already,
Absolutely.
please do so.
Oh, yes. I've been following for a long time. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Pam. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
I'm about to land my plane and then you can drop me.
Oh, brother, I'm just joking.
Get over it. Build a bridge. Get over it. People in the chat are spamming. I wish you guys would take care of that. That the lady that was unalived was a child abuser. A lot of people have said that she was celebrating Charlie Kirk's unaliving, blah, blah, blah. To me,
That has
in my
zero
opinion,
relevance
that
anymore.
absolutely irrelevant.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't justify
No,
what happened. Never going to justify what happened to that woman.
to me that doesn't, like I said, unless it was known that she's a wanted fugitive, armed and dangerous. I mean, like what? Like, because I got a whole ton of her personal background, and it's quite disturbing to say the least. However, it doesn't matter. It holds no relevance. It holds no relevance.
Nope. Doesn't matter.
But Eddie,
Okay.
you missed the wave, but we're still sailing. So welcome. I know Eddie is also been following this case pretty close. So whenever you want to chime in and give your opinion, you absolutely can.
Drop me.
No, I hate to say it's my opinion, but I'm sure everyone's watched all the different angles. One thing I was actually going to work on was syncing up all the angles so that they all match up, whether there's a broken piece in time. So I'm actually going to work on that right now. I'll probably have it on a live later on. But the one thing I did want to say is the wife herself of the person that was unalived actually admitted to why they were there. And it was to antagonize, it was to block, it was to basically cause problems for all these federal agents. So, I think that should not be looked past when it comes up to what they were doing there.
Anyone know if they live on that street where it happened?
I
Sorry.
will say that I do believe that it was excessive force. I'll get that out of the way. I don't believe she deserved to be unalived. However, it's a social justice.
Sorry, Kristen.
school
Hi, by
where
the
they
way, but you're
also-
breaking up. Sorry, you were choppy there for a second.
waiting for my signal. Hold
Hey,
on.
Chef. So, EN News, you know that's false, right? She lives on that street. She lives right at the end of that street. Her and her wife live at the main end of the street. She was there talking to her neighbors, and ICE agents actually told her, get out of the street, get out of the way. She was going to move out of the way, and then they approached her vehicle and grabbed the door.
Yeah. However, I do know that. Yeah, you're absolutely right in that situation, Dora. But and maybe you had, or it doesn't. Like I said, at this point, it doesn't really matter because, like again, the force is the force. What happened is terrible. But they are allegedly. They are allegedly some sort, and they are some part of this. Like, let's look at Kobe Bryant trying to come in the picture here. They are part of some sort of group, and again, to
So
each his own.
there was actually a lady that came in and talked to me this morning that was there, that knew her personally. She was outside recording when it happened. And she said she's not a part of this big organization. She only got involved because she's anti-ICE, because ICE barged into the school of her child.
Oh, okay.
And that created that whole stink. But she had not been out there protesting all day. She got pew-pewed at 9 a.m. She just dropped her kid off at school and was coming back home. And that's when she was on that street. She takes that street to get home because she lives at the main end of that street on the corner.
She was at the actual, she was at the
Guys,
actual
1 second though. 1
operation
second.
down
I
the
just want to say
road.
1 second because we kind of I know Christine's signal broke, but we kind of like interrupted her. So I just wanted to make sure, and she was waiting patiently. So if she can just speak her piece, and I apologize. Sorry about that, Christine.
That's totally okay. I'm fine. Can you hear me now?
I can. Yes.
Okay. Actually, Dora, I'm confused because now it kind of debunks what I've read and seen. One of the videos I saw from somebody that lives on the street was where the wife was sitting outside of his house after she had been unalived, and the wife was saying that they weren't from the area.
No, so she's not originally from there. She's from Missouri originally. And that's what she was saying, that they had moved there last year. And within that last year, they had moved there because the wife got a better job offer. The wife is military.
Okay.
And so she actually, so when they moved there, that's what was her point. Now you see the video where the girl is running up to the car and the ICE agents are pointing the weapon at her, telling her to back up. That's the girl that was in the box with me today. And she was telling them, she was trying to explain that Renee, the ICE agent that went around her, you see that first vehicle that went around her when she's motioning them? That was ICE agents. They had told her to move and go drive off the street, get out of the way. And she said, okay, I'm moving. And the truck that pulled up, that was the secondary ICE agents. And they come out of the truck, grab her door handles and demand her out. And that's when she says, it's cool, dude, I'm not mad.
But before that even happened, the wife is actually back talking to the ICE officer, telling him, go ahead, tape my license plates. I don't change them every day like you guys, and I'll be back here doing the same thing tomorrow.
Yeah, she said, go get lunch or whatever. I guess my confusion comes with what I was reading today was the 6-year-old attends a social justice school. And yeah, they have had run-ins with ICE before, but they also have like a chapter of the school for the parents who are like an activist group.
Right. And so the way the neighbor explained it was that she lived there, and I'm only stating what the neighbor told us. She was the one filming. She was there. She actually ran up to the car when it happened. And she said there was 3 bullet holes, one in the direct face. The secondary one went through the temple. And the third one hit also in the face area, and that she only had 25% of her face. But the only major issue people are having right now is the fact that they denied medical care. There was a doctor that was on scene that said, I want to go check for a pulse. And he says, no, we have our own medics.
So I think, Dora, and I know
that's
this
not
sounds
uncommon
crazy.
to happen.
I think that Yeah, go ahead, Eddie. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's not an uncommon thing to happen when you get to an accident like that. If the doctor was the first on scene and there was no medics, no EMTs, no nothing, then yeah, sure, that guy should have stepped in.
There wasn't.
But with these groups come medics, doctors, EMTs. They all have like all this medical gear. These ICE agents, CBP, they have Borstar, they have Bortac, and I can't think of the other one. But they come with all these medics. So at that time, you have to isolate the scene, and you have to make sure that no one else is stepping in because now it's an OIS.
But they didn't show
And
up.
the DA themselves are bringing charges. The DA of the state of Minnesota is
That's the state of
asking
Minnesota. That's
everybody
not the
that was
federal
there.
government.
That they're asking everybody that was there to send their video footage to them so they can conduct a proper informal investigation.
Yeah,
So
there's going to be
that
an investigation no matter what. Is it going to stick? No.
But isn't it important people to know on this particular street where there are other streets where they were totally blocked and they couldn't get by at all? And in this case, they could get by. So the ICE people said, oh, there's so many streets where I can't get by. I can get by. They chose to stop and, in my opinion, escalate it because they could get around her. Okay. And again, they're professionals. They're not to say, I'm going to get at it with a protester. I'm going to stop everything and escalate everything when they had an opportunity to get by. So to me,
and
they
can we
made mistakes.
also
I'm
can
just saying
we
they made
also
mistakes as well. Can we admit they made mistakes?
yes, and can I also I would my biggest question to the ICE agents is what protocol did you take to de-escalate before escalating? What
Dora, they
protocol?
approached the vehicle without anything in their hands.
They were swearing at her. They were aggressive. Admit it. They were aggressive when they walked up to her. But my point is, I'm not even upset about that. My point is that they had travel around her. They could have gotten around her, and they chose to start everything.
Because by the handbook, aren't you supposed to de-escalate before escalation and then you can apply force? What protocol did they exactly take to de-escalate it before it escalated?
Look,
I mean,
I'll tell you what.
they basically.
18 USC 111 subsection B tells you everything that was wrong with that problem. Everything that was wrong with Renee Good and Rebecca Good or
Can you
Can
read
you
it
read
to
it?
us?
Yeah, can you read it?
yeah, you can pull it up.
Just
And
because you
I
got a
also
haircut, it doesn't mean I don't need you to read, Eddie.
I'm going to hop out, but thanks for having me up, Chef.
Thanks, Christine. I
Chef,
appreciate you.
Chef, also I sent you a picture. Can you put that up on the screen?
Yeah, 1 second.
It's
Going
from the
to ask
Washington
this.
Post.
I'm going to ask this for everybody that what if they approach your car and demand you out without a warrant or probable cause to something that was occurring as a crime or
I'm getting
Have
out
them
the
ride car, have
car.
them
I'm
You
ride.
know
getting
what,
out the
Dora? In
car.
today's and I'll answer that respectfully. In today's society, and girl, come on, like this is crazy fucking world we're living in. I will make this clear. In my opinion, they're both wrong. They're wrong. Number
I
one,
do believe she's wrong in some stances, but I don't feel that you should apply force to a situation where you never even tried to de-escalate it first.
and
The
I
force
was
wasn't
gonna say,
implied.
I believe that the amount of force that they used was also wrong. However, in the world we're living to today, I was trying to say, like, this is my opinion. You were probably not here for it. Is that listen? What good are you gonna do trying to go against the ICE officials? You're not gonna win that battle. They're telling you to move. You're not gonna listen. How did you think this was gonna end? Do you think they're gonna go for ice cream after this? No.
Hey, my goal is to get back home at the end of the day. When I walk out this door, my goal is to come back the way I left. Right? So if I'm in this situation, and especially me being a young black man, African American, I'm getting out the car. If they approach me and that's the type of energy that they on, the time that they on, I'm doing what they say. I'm not about to give them no reason to unalive me or give them any type of justification to as to why they did what they did. I'm not
And,
about to do it.
and you know
I'm
what,
going
Barney?
back home.
You're 100% right. And
I'm
again,
going
this
back
is why I'm
home.
trying to say, and I'm not trying to cut you off, sir. I apologize.
Nah, you good. Go ahead.
But the thing is this is what I'm trying to say. Are you not watching what we've been watching? Are you not seeing what we've been seeing? These motherfuckers, like I don't even want to say these mother effers, but these dudes will indeed unalive you. Is it worth it now? Your kids ain't gonna see mommy no more. Your widowed wife is probably devastated. May even have to move from the street because if I haven't gotten confirmation on that, and I have heard it, but I'm just gonna say, if you really do live on the street, every damn minute you walk out of that house now, this is where my wife lost her life.
Yeah. Yeah, even if she was wrong and she should have got out, and I'm again, she shouldn't have been there. She shouldn't have parked in the middle of the street. But the police officers are trained to overcome that and judge the situation. You shouldn't be walking in front of a vehicle. They're trained not to be in front of a vehicle. He was actually almost to the side of it. It was a love tap. He was literally a love tap. Remember the love tap in the Karen Reed with the taillight? Same thing to me. It was a love
Right.
tap, and he overreacted. And I'm saying that this particular police officer had issues from PST,
Previously,
right. And I'm saying that this guy
except for
was
a taser.
jittery. I think that's going to help him. I think the previous situation of what he went through will help him in a court of law, especially in the
Right.
second and third
But this
charge.
one required him to have stitches prior, and he only used a taser. So what caused you to actually, and he was dragged 100 feet on the road
Yeah,
with
that's why
his
I'm saying
arm.
he shouldn't have been. I think the people above him should have said, you know what? I don't think he's ready to go back out in the street yet. We have enough ICE
Feel
officers.
like
Let's give
interrupt
this
I
guy.
anytime.
agree. I agree.
So I have that U.S. code whenever you guys want.
I'm
Yeah,
ready
read
to
it, and
hear.
then we're gonna give the floor to Kayla because she's been coming up and down, being respectful, and I feel bad that she hasn't been able to say anything. But read that
Kalak.
code.
Oh God. Hi, Kalak.